I'm so mad.
Don't be mad.
What are you mad about?
Don't be mad.
I can't believe you guys interrupted me while I was playing Stunt Kite Master.
Stunt Kite
Oh,
Master.
you just need to snuggles. That's all you
No.
really need.
Whoa,
That's all
wow.
you really need.
Oh, let's look at chat. Is anybody here?
No one's here.
Probably not yet.
No one's
Yeah.
here. We're doing this. This is. It's
For
only 4
ourselves.
hours
This is for
late.
us.
It's 4 hours late. No one's here except for this adorable kitty cat that's been dead for like 20 years.
Oh, wow. That's depressing. Why did you say that?
Because have you met me before?
You just ruined everybody's day.
Dude, that's what I do, man. I wake up at the beginning of the day and go, how can I ruin everybody's day?
Tommy's Funny Video Farm. Hi, Hack the Game Cat. What up, player? Johnny Rye Papa Stray Cat. Cloak Reaper Games. And we're back. Yes, we are. Hey, guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. I tried to tell Brian to pay his internet bill, but he just wouldn't listen. Delirium Drew.
Patreon.com/without parole games.
Yeah. Pay this guy's internet bill.
Hello.
Pay my internet bill.
Abe Lincoln. Stunt Kite Master. He said switch to Wild Turkey Hunter, you
Casual.
There we go.
Casual.
Touche.
There we go. When it supports the aim controller, I'll buy it twice.
Void Cat, the game citizen. We're going to get on that
Hey.
front soon, man.
Void, before we started, we were just talking about you, actually. Bad stuff on
Right.
Your PSN name, it's not the
Of
best. I've seen,
No,
better.
I was saying I always
97.
ignored your invites at first until I knew who you were because I was like, fucking suck it. 420. I don't know who that is.
Matt Guyver's cousin himself. 97 Skynet.
Yo,
the T800
no.
Dave Cat, my favorite
Stop
name.
giving 97 Skynet a shout out because he said that Smarties are better than Coffee Crisp.
I will give 97.
He's a legit
shout
robot.
out all
He's
day,
actually a
every day.
Terminator. No,
This
he's
is PSVR
actually a
GAMESCAST Live,
Terminator.
where we film every Thursday night, although we're getting dangerously close to Friday morning at this point, at 6
It's
p.m.
only 10 p.m.
Eastern. Indeed. We had some internet problems. Actually, all of Worcester had some internet problems. It wasn't just me for the first time ever. I called 7 people. I was like, "Is your internet out as well?" And they said, "Yes."
Wow.
I was like, "There's nothing I can do. I'm going to
I'm
make some
impressed
oatmeal
you have 7
and
friends
watch
in town,
Annabelle."
'cause I don't.
I lied. It's like I called 2 people.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You always have to lie by 3.5 times the number that's real. My name is Brian Paul from this channel right here without parole, and also from this channel right here, and from his own channel, PSVR Undergrounds, that guy on the very, very far left of the screen. No, not that far, AJ. There he is. That's AJ right here. I heard we interrupted a very tender Zen-like moment over on your channel by doing the stream. What happened?
I was definitely enjoying some Stunt Kite Masters. I don't get the big deal. I think we should redo our top 20 right now. Now, the cool thing is,
Okay,
actually,
what you need to do is read this as sarcasm. Everyone, please read this as sarcasm.
Don't read it as I did get a
Stunt
chance
Kite
to
Masters
play,
is trash.
I did get a chance to play 2 other games, though, while we were waiting for your internets to come
I
back.
was waiting for you to stream, man. I was like, we need something to fill this void.
Wait, you weren't streaming?
No.
Oh.
No, he didn't do shit. Yeah. And I pirated one of the Patreon episodes to post for everybody in the meantime.
You did
to keep them
indeed.
satisfied.
So if you want a free episode of The Litter Box, make sure you join our
Scroll
Discord
way
and
the
scroll
hell up.
way back.
Way the hell up.
Way back before PB.
Piracy is a crime, Dave.
Like 2 hours ago. You
wouldn't
wouldn't
download
download a girlfriend, would you?
You have to scroll through like 2 hours of Dave talking about his startup
would.
food truck called PB and Dave's.
PB and Dave's. It's a good idea.
It's an
I'll
okay
stand by
idea. And this guy right here in the middle of the screen is Dave, slightly less sober than he was 4 hours ago. Station VR
That's true.
from his own
But I
channel,
did eat a
Davestation
burrito.
VR. You did.
I ate a burrito.
Oh,
so I'm
it like balances out, man. It totally
That's
balances
what I was
out.
thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think you're good. Look at everybody in the chat, man. Like Nerf's here, Christian's here, Hack's here, Delirium
Oh,
Drew's here.
MacGyver's cousin showed up and shit. Like, this is great.
All right, everybody's here. So now that we're trying this yet again, I feel like we should go housekeeping out of the way. Make sure you guys head over to patreon.com/withoutparole.
Games.
I'm waiting for Dave.
Games!
There we go. And head us up for $1 or more every month so I don't forget to pay my internet bill again. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to Dave and AJ as well. Don't forget to, I don't know, just do stuff, man. Just do stuff. The Game Cat Meetup 2020. Just get your tickets now. Although I will say a little bit sooner than that. I just bought my weekend pass for PAX East 2020.
Oh, nice. When is that?
Nice.
That's like February something, late February.
Where is that?
Boston. So way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, super
Because like
convenient for
I
me.
kind of want to go to that, and it's on.
I'll
my
go
birthday.
if Brett from Board
my
Dog
birthday.
Games comes out again with Team 17. I will definitely show up for that one.
Oh, I did.
I like the idea of
That's
the
my
gaming.
dude.
Tickets sell out fast. Just to let you know. And,
How much?
And well, the 4-day pass is like over $250. but $60 a
Wait,
day.
you couldn't get like some fancy sort of like I'm a streamer discount?
Who the hell am I? I'm nobody. I am nobody.
Streamer discount.
Jeez.
Just say
Who do
you're
you think
a
I am?
Jacksepticeye guy.
I think I am. I walk around wearing T-shirts with my name on it. I'm not that guy. Come on now. All right, listen. We have so much stuff to cover, so I think we need to get right to it because there's no way we're going to do a drawn-out 2.5-hour show like we usually do.
We got to condense this
Absolutely
thing.
do.
We got to
There
condense
is
this thing.
a lot of stuff to talk about. And first up, we are going to talk about Sony London Studios had an awesome presentation recently where they had Stu White, the director of VR product development for PS
Who
London
I will say
Studio.
was watching this stream before
He
we
was.
talked
Stu,
all that.
I apologize. I
I don't
told
know
him
if
this
you're
morning,
here.
I was like, I
I
can't
hope you're
wait to
still here, Stu.
I was like, I can't wait to talk about this later. And
Stu's
stuff.
in the
And
deepest stages of REM sleep right now. He's dreaming of lollipops and bunnies
really
and puppy
is.
dogs. It's all
Sweet
sorts.
dreams,
It's
Stu.
all sorts of
Yeah, what
colorful
time
rainbows.
is it in London? Somebody know.
It is.
what time it
It's like 3 a.m.
Well, yes, it is 3 a.m.
But
But anyways, he did an interview. I'm sorry, a presentation actually on the lessons learned from developing as a new VR games developer. If you're a video games developer, you should definitely check him out. And if you just like VR games, check him out as well.
Oh, it's
But,
just interesting too because he's like a pretty personable guy, pretty funny. Like it's interesting to watch. I liked that thing. It's called XRDC 2019. Stuart White, and it's on YouTube or some shit. I don't know.
It's also playing in the bottom left-hand corner of the
It's
screen.
not on.
Oh,
YouTube.
cool! It's not on YouTube. It's on some shit.
But
it's
I
on
captured it
Steam.
from
or-
Bandicam. So it's
AJ, I
not
did
real.
say or some shit. So
I do
I
appreciate
covered my ass there.
saying the XRDC thing because I don't even know what that is. But it's actually available
Well,
on
XR
GDC Vault, and
Okay.
you can go to just londonstudio.com and you can see it. But anyways, he has a pretty impressive background. He's been in the industry for several years, and he's worked on he's worked on 36 titles total, including the most significant one that
The
stood out
Getaway.
to me was The Getaway, Deja Vu.
I feel like we've done this. Yeah, definitely.
And it was, that
Something
came out
feels familiar about
years
this.
ago, and it was I like to think of it as the spiritual successor to Driver. But essentially, he began about how Blood and Truth got started, which was VR Worlds, PlayStation VR Worlds, which was also a launch day title for PlayStation VR, had all these little demos on it, and one of them was called London Heist. And they actually took the data from London Heist and was able to see how popular it was, and just overall great reception. I mean, everybody remembers having the cigar and talking to dudes, the shootout on the thing, and who wouldn't want that? So I'm actually really surprised. Is anyone else surprised that Ocean Descent didn't get made because of that same reason?
Well, so here's the thing. It hasn't been made yet. Astrobot is the thing.
What do you know, Dave?
Fucking.
And by the way, Astrobot is not a PlayStation VR Worlds game, just to remind you.
I know. I've said that before. I know. I fucked up last time.
It's all right.
Don't give me a hard time. What I'm saying is these games that were sort of like tech demos, people loved so much that they made into real games. And I think Ocean Descent is probably the second most popular game on PSVR Worlds by a decent margin.
They turned it into Titanic VR. It's all good. Everything's fine.
Yeah, no. Also, what I'm saying is like they're not going to make VR Luge into a full game. You know,
No.
like.
But
So-
Dorpheus, aka Mo Tussin, says, I remember Getaway. That game was my shit.
Dude,
it was a good game, actually.
On the first attempt of the stream, we were talking about how, like, when I was looking through Electronic Gaming Monthly and I saw the previews for The Getaway, I was like, holy crap, there's, like, photorealistic environments. And in an era where, like, everything's, the big game of the time was Grand Theft Auto 3 by Rockstar, even then...
Back when
it
photos
didn't-
looked like shit.
But even then, it didn't look. Even then, like GTA 3 didn't look so hot, right? And so I was like, "Oh, here's a studio that's showing like Rockstar how they can make this open world sort of game, but make the graphics really, really impressive." So they've kind of always been on the cutting edge of technology, which is really, really nice.
Side note: apparently, GTA 5 just got a VR mod on PC. If any of you guys are PC gamers,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
They
That
said
would
if you get hit by a car, you fly and you throw up.
I want to
Actually,
fly and throw up.
After playing the LA Noire, I would love a Grand Theft Auto in VR. I mean, that's just the next thing that could really get me back into it because nothing really else has. But so he did mention that he talked about AAA games. And what was really cool about this conference, which he even says, is that he broke it down in kind of terms that, if you're not experienced in the game development world, you can kind of follow along, because I certainly was able to. So I do appreciate that. But they talk about how they wanted to make a AAA game, that they're a big studio when it comes to VR developers. But if you compare them to a regular developer, they're not as big, of course. Right. But he was saying, he had to ask himself, like, what is a AAA game? Because it's really something that's only used in the gaming industry. And it basically broke it down into a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of resources. But the significance of them is that he believes that, killer content drives platforms forward, which I believe. I mean, from the beginning, what was the thing?
AJ, you have to stop talking. K-Panic, the cringeworthy battle cat, has donated a whole $2 in American dollars.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Hoping Walking Dead Saints and Sinners gets PSVR. I think they've already announced that it will get PSVR, right?
No, we'll know around January.
It's a maybe.
25th.
Okay.
It's
I
coming
I heard
out on other platforms January 25th, so we'll know by then. However, so when PSVR first started, everyone kept saying, well, it needs more games. It needs more AAA games. That's something that people still want. And I firmly believe that is really important, that we get, I love indie games to death. Don't get me wrong. I really do. But to drive it into the mainstream market, it's definitely going to need some killer apps and killer content for sure. So I totally agree with him there. And that brings us to Blood and Truth, which I firmly believe is a AAA quality game.
Absolutely.
And they basically said they wanted to make a blockbuster based off of action movies like Die Hard, John Wick, James Bond. And what's funny is I've seen a lot of these influence of these action movies in the game. I mean, when you're running down and stuff's exploding, and I see moments of John Wick, of Casino Royale. Die Hard's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh yeah, yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers, please.
But so when it comes to the lessons learned, so to speak, he said like there's a lot of things that have not been standardized in this industry yet. And like some traditional game mechanics and controls and stuff work just fine, and others don't. So that's definitely a hurdle we've seen a lot of VR developers.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot, like extensively, that, there is no language, there's no common language. Like on a DualShock 4, X's jump on every game.
Right.
And like on PS Move controllers or the aim or whatever, there is no common language for what that means. So
right. So, I mean, for them, what they did, to me felt a lot like Time Crisis. And I really appreciate the way they implemented it, because it had to have been really tough, because you could either have like this full locomotion and stuff, but it seems like it could have brought a lot of other issues with it. Now, in the future, do I want to see a full locomotion kind of action story where you actually get to run and jump off these things yourself? Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I love how they made it Time Crisis, but an action movie. Like, anything that is in the style of Time Crisis, I don't want them to change it.
Well, the significant thing there is they said they were aiming for it to feel more badass than clumsy. And if you have more control, like more controls to learn and stuff, you could definitely end up being a little bit more clumsy with
Immortal Legacy.
Yeah. And people get frustrated by that. They get they get put off by that. So they put it in a way which I said from the beginning was they make it as smooth as possible, which was really nice. A couple more things on this. They brought a special air service guy, an SAS ex-soldier, to help with the characters and backstory. To make the characters feel more alive, seeming like highly trained and dangerous. I thought that was something that's really cool. And obviously that's something that you see in like Hollywood, where they bring in somebody that has experience that an actor has to play. And they say, well, if I was in this situation, I would be doing this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like for, what is that movie with Hunter S. Thompson where Johnny Depp plays him?
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, he hung out with fucking Hunter S. Thompson for like...
Right.
3 weeks or something just to get like inside his head. So
I wonder if Bill Murray ever hung out with him for Where the Buffalo Roam. You ever see that? I love that movie.
I haven't seen that one actually.
Oh, so good. It's not, it doesn't have the special effects of Fear and Loathing, but it's still really awesome. And it's Bill Murray. I mean, that's like one of my favorite actors.
Yeah, Bill Murray is the man.
A couple other things too. He said they got a Hollywood producer, Rick Porras, and he was director and producer, worked on things such as Lord of the Rings, Contact, and Forrest Gump.
Did you say Forrest Gump?
Forrest Gump, man. One of the another like amazing movie.
Fried shrimp, popcorn shrimp, all kinds of shrimp.
Shrimp scampi.
There you go.
Shrimp sandwiches. I know Reth and I make jokes about that all the time, but you know, obviously these are things that they were able to do being a little bit bigger of a studio. You're not going to see. I obviously you could maybe have an indie developer bring in some talent that they know through connections and stuff, but otherwise they're going to have to pay that high dollar for some pretty big actors and stuff. Speaking of high dollar,
oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Triangulator.
I don't actually mean fuck you, Triangulator. I'm sorry.
My dude, with the $14.99 donation, I met this dude first watched me stream Sirento, and he was like telling me some tips and tricks and stuff. So what's up, my dude? But he says 4 more Amy's Kitchen food, and also because you guys rock. Appreciate you. We appreciate you, man.
We gotta get those soups, man. We gotta get those burritos.
Yeah, shout out to all the
Thank
Amy's
you, Triangulator. Also, once again, Amy's, if you want to sponsor anybody,
please.
We're right here. We're right here.
All right, so you guys.
So this was like a 45-minute thing, right? 45-minute speech, and I was sort of tuning in and out, and you know, he was doing talking a lot about the game, and this is really, you know, I think if you're a VR developer, I think there's some interesting stuff here, but like I think to be a really big fan of the game, it's really interesting to see some of the different clips they showed off. They're showing right now this thing in the bottom corner. They're showing the IK system, how in the headset, you know, the dude's head that you're talking to will kind of follow you around the room, even if you're moving a little bit, and how different that is. You know, or how much of a difference that makes when you're in the headset. You know, if somebody's not looking exactly into your eyes, it really kind of throws you off and kills the immersion. So it was nice to see the two different versions of that before and after IK side by side. But one of the things that he talked about that I was kind of waiting for him to talk about, because it was one of my biggest complaints about the game. It was under a section called distractions versus cool. Now, and again, this is what he's talking about right here on the screen. And it's sort of like in the London heist, when when you're having a conversation, when you're in a big story segment, everything on the table is you're able to pick it up and play with it and light it on fire and touch the cell phone and activate everything. And there was so little of that in Blood and Truth that I was like, well, what did they learn from the London heist? And what they learned from the London heist was that...
Shut up, Brian. Sorry, we got a Hugh Guyver $10 donation. Couldn't make it to the meetup, so here is my way of shouting beers for the PSVR with that Parole crew.
Cheers,
I don't know what shouting beers are.
It doesn't matter. That's Matt Guyver's cousin. You show him some respect.
It is. Oh my God! Wait, Kill a Cell with $5. Can't wait for next gen VR. Plus, you guys are the $T. Keep it up. You guys are the only ones that watch about VR. I think someone else should read these from now on, because I had vodka.
So, but getting back to this real quick, you know, I was really disappointed with the amount of stuff you could kind of play with, and that some of the story segments felt a little drawn out, especially when you get a guy standing next to you and he's playing darts. And I'm like, why am I not playing darts with this guy while he's playing darts? And they said they kind of experimented. They originally had so many more things in the game, but if you let the player interact with these things, they became distractions, and everyone they play tested didn't realize what they were supposed to be doing. Like, they weren't listening and following instructions.
Okay, that actually makes sense, because there's a clear storyline and stuff you have to do. So, like, getting you invested in that is more important than throwing darts with some guy. Yeah. So
I still have an issue with it, because I'm like, you know what? For the ADD in me, like, will zone out of the story if I don't have something to mess around with, if I don't have a fidget spinner nearby. And I was like, man, this game needed a whole lot more fidget spinners so that I could pay attention to the story.
Do you have any fidget spinners in your house? Because I didn't notice any.
Pens while we talk. I'm like,
okay, good. You have so many pens, though.
I have like 1,000 without Parole pens.
Yeah, no, Brian's house has so many without Parole pens. If you guys go there, it's the mecca of merch. He's got so much stuff.
Pens,
yeah, look.
Wristbands, yeah.
Oh, let me get my swag bag. Hold on.
But yeah, no, I you know, it was funny because you brought this up even before they even talked about it before seeing this, obviously. So it was nice for me to get kind of an explanation. It's like, oh, that does make sense. But at the same time, you know, I do kind of, you know, that was a big attractive thing about London Heist was, when I put my friends in the thing in London Heist, they were just sitting there fiddling around with stuff. And he's actually right about people getting distracted. But, that being said, it's a game. If I think there's no harm in having some fun. But the interesting part about that is they still added some things in the game to where they integrated into the interactions with the characters, where like they show, for instance, that you've got like a pair of sunglasses and they hand it to you. And if that's when they hand it to you, they're interacting with you and you can actually put them on and they say a comment. Or they were originally going to have branching dialogue, but because it kind of broke up the character acting and stuff and dialogue, that they said it was just weird just sitting there with text on the screen waiting for you to make a choice. So instead, it's like if you don't put on the sunglasses, you can throw them at one person, that person reacts. You can throw them at another person, that person reacts. These different things you would never know about unless depending on what you did. And there's actually 6 different outcomes, and it doesn't change the story. They said that they're not ready for branching dialogue yet.
Let go of me!
Sorry, the real deal tipped $5, and I'm gonna make it rain pens.
Thank
without
you.
Parole pens.
Thank you very much.
There it is.
We appreciate you so much.
So, final things. But yeah, I mean, I kind of see both sides in the situation. But the final thing I wanted to talk about real quick was how they did the holsters and stuff and the reloading. They said weeks before the game came out, they removed an auto reload mechanic. And I actually completely agree with that, because one of my favorite parts in the game, it doesn't matter how many guns you're holding or how many things you're holding, is picking up from your belt and doing the ammo clip and all this. I thought that was a really cool feeling. Even though it's more challenging, I thought it was just more immersive and stuff. And they talk more about the difficulty of different body types, because all you see is like the hand tracking and the head tracking, and having to. This is honestly the first game that.
Wait, are you saying body types of people playing the game?
Right. Like,
wow, I've never heard a developer talk about that before.
Have an imaginary belt that you're supposed to grab. So what happens is there's like a position check every 5 seconds within it, and like it changes on that, and so. To their credit, this is the only game that I've ever like not had a problem like reaching with the belt or a holster or something. I've always had a problem with that in different games.
Oh, it's usually a pain in the ass, yeah.
Right. So props to them.
Anyway, we don't need to go through the entire thing. It's a 45-minute speech. If you really like Blood and Truth, what it does great is to like, it really kind of gives you a peek behind the scenes, some of the some footage that you would never see otherwise, and just some of the ideas behind some of the concept that they worked on. So like,
I do want to say one last thing though.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
That one last thing, I promise this is it, because I thought it was really interesting, so I did want to go in depth with it, but I know you're ready to move on. But we got lots of news. So, but they talked about the troubles of dual wielding and stuff, and that was my only complaint in the game, was when you have a dual-handed weapon. And I know like that when you grab the front of it, it goes kind of like all over the place. Something's wrong with the tracking. So I just wanted to make a suggestion to you guys, if you get a chance, if you are up to it. There's 2 things I can suggest. Number 1, having the left hand when you grab the gun not have any effect on like turning it, because when you try to turn it like this several different ways, it has an issue. And then also, if you can, enlarge the scope, because I find myself with sniper rifles and stuff doing one-handed shots. So that's it for me. But otherwise, a fantastic presentation. You guys should go check it out on GDC Vault. And
we just posted the link in the chat.
We also just posted it there. So check it out when you get a chance. And thanks again, Stu, for dropping in earlier and saying hi. Looking forward to what you guys have in store next, for sure.
I'd like to see more of these.
Drew, tell your boss you quit. Tell him you quit.
I'd like to see more of these talks for games that I'm kind of like crazy interested in behind the scenes looks for. Like more. I mean, I would kill for Immortal Legacy because of the little we know that happened behind the scenes of the stuff that was supposed to be in the game that didn't quite make it. I would love to hear these stories and about their like grander scope for the story and all that stuff. I think these kind of talks are just really, really fun. I don't know how much I learned from this one, but it was definitely interesting to get a peek behind the scenes of a game that we really, really love. So
Definitely.
really good
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. Like, I think watching him talk about it is more interesting than watching us talking about him talking about
He's
it.
much
So,
better at it. He's
yeah,
much
just
better
go.
at it.
He's a personable guy. He's very fun. So check out that link we
Yeah,
just
we're
posted,
not
but not right
personable.
now. Not while we're streaming, but later.
All right. But so
Continue.
next up, there was a report from Rolling Stone magazine that talked about how Death Stranding is starting to use is going to try and use some Sony licensed music. We also know that Sony owns a lot of rights to music. So there has been chat rumors from them. This is kind of not, take this with a grain of salt, but that they might be using Sony licensed music into video games from here on out. And that can kind of give a boost to certain games that might need it, and also cross promote a little. I don't know how you guys feel about this. I feel like it's maybe a double-edged sword, that you could end up getting better music for a certain game, and you can also end up getting music you really don't like as well. What do you guys think?
I mean, opening up the library a little bit is fine. Like, there's a lot of Sony music artists, I'm sure, that are decent. And if you could use those in your game, that's fine. No big deal. Don't use the bad ones, and you're good.
Yeah, the hope is that the people who are making the game already have a solid vision for what they want the soundtrack to be like. And so if they already have that kind of stuff at their disposal, like, here we go back to the Blood and Truth talk, they talked about how much stuff they outsourced for that game. That's how a small studio was able to make a AAA game. And so, when you don't have in-house composers, then, then it's great to be part of Sony's, stable of game developers and have access to all that music. So I think it's probably for the best. I just hope that doesn't mean we lose out on any cool OSTs from here on out. But
Do you think they would run into any licensing issues further down the line? I remember games back in the day that once, I don't know what happened if the rights got sold or whatever. But yeah, do you think that could potentially cause some really big issues? The only worry that I have is for we stream content. So, I don't want to run into a copyright thing every single game because they use it. So personally, I'm kind of not really all crazy about this, but who knows? It could also have some benefits to it.
Well, Sony's smart enough. I mean, Sony's smart enough to know this, but I don't know if they're forward thinking enough to make motions to fix this before it becomes a problem. But I think they're aware that their biggest marketing these days is streamers. It's free marketing for them, right? Streamers, reviewers, YouTubers, whatever. It's like these are people doing work for them, not getting paid by them, and just doing this on an independent basis. And so why would you do something that could keep them from doing that and keep them from making a living doing that? Hopefully they've got some system in place. Hopefully they can work it out with YouTube and make sure that doesn't become an issue. But I see it becoming an issue and then having them fix it, because that's sort of how everything has worked so far.
Right. Well, just thought that was interesting. Something we want to keep our eye on and monitor. I don't think there's going to be much movement on it, to be honest with you. But it was Rolling Stone magazine, so definitely had some weight to it, just a little bit.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on.
You're creeping my body, no!
Zalen Maru. I don't know if that's how you say that.
Zalen Maru.
I've been saying
Was
Zalen Maru
afraid
for
I missed
years.
you guys tonight. $15. Wow. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
For anyone just joining us, we definitely had some internet issues. The basically half of the city of Worcester went down internet-wise about 10 minutes after we started our first stream. So things didn't go well, for sure. Hey, Dave. Kyle just
What's
asked.
up? Actually, Kyle just asked. We've got 5 giveaways to do.
We do.
3.
Should we do our
for
very
one game,
first
2
one?
for another game? Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
go ahead and do it.
Okay, so our very first one. Get ready, everybody, because this is not our standard giveaway procedure. Are you ready for this?
Changing it up. Nothing is standard procedure tonight.
That's right. So get ready, because it's not going to be on the screen very long. Who's going to get it first? Boom.
Oh, flash
Good luck,
sale.
guys. Flash.
Good luck.
There it goes.
That is
That's a
code
code.
for Bonfire.
Bonfire, which is a
we're gonna
very...
get-
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
It's a
we're-
delightful experience.
North
It's
American
it's on the
Bonfire
list,
key.
But yeah, get that code. It's good.
Get
North
that
American
And
Bonfire.
if you've got FOMO because you missed the code and you didn't get it, it's only $3.50 right now. So
Yeah.
go get it.
Yeah, it is.
And also, we'll be giving out another one later.
Don't tell them that.
Why?
They're-
But,
they're-
Go
listen,
buy the game.
I need them to stay so my view time on YouTube goes up, right?
There you go.
And
right?
so they can anxiously await the appearance of the next code so they can save $3.50.
Don't you love when you have like a 7-hour video and your average view time is like 8 minutes? Isn't that the best?
I mean, I don't have too many 7-hour videos, although Kowloon's Gate was 7 hours.
That's the one I'm
Man's Sky.
talking about.
No Man's Sky actually has
Skyrim
really-
too, actually.
Yeah.
I saw the numbers on my FNAF stream the other day.
You got so many children in there.
50,000 minutes watched.
Dude,
I was like, what?
every kid in the neighborhood was, watching, man.
It was a lot of
Crazy.
people. I have the analytics on, and it was a lot of people, a lot of different ages, a lot of different sexes. It was pretty cool. You guys want to talk about some games? Let's talk about some
What do you mean
games.
by a lot of different sexes?
Yeah, right. I mean, there's less than this many.
Like genders, I know there's a bunch, but I feel like biologically sexes, there's like not that many,
Moving
I
on.
also want to take a moment to say that my shirt
Do you
says,
know the sexes?
hold on, can we talk about my shirt real quick?
Red and
Sure, we can talk about your sexes. Your
Okay.
shirt is? What are we talking about?
My shirt. It says am a gamer. And then it
I'm
says,
a gamer.
can you guys read that? It says genders all merit equal respect. So I thought it was relevant.
Nice.
It's also misspelled and it has a dumb skull. But that's on purpose. That's part of the deal. Anyway, sorry, guy from.
That's like 8 things he's knocked over. So Tarzan
Hey,
got a new trailer, guys.
Woo.
And there's some good news with this. And I have one big concern. I don't know if anybody else caught this, but they showed off some gameplay. The graphics actually look pretty sweet overall with the cell shaded. Brian, you said you really like the cell shaded look.
Yeah,
And
I like seeing your hands up on grabbing that ladder and having the hands and the ladder be cell shaded all up in your face. They're like big, giant, mammoth Tarzan hands.
that
right,
elephant looked like shit, though. I gotta
Yeah,
say.
what, I gotta
that's
take.
what somebody else said.
Yeah, I think it was it Lilin?
No, it was Lou.
Lou
It was
the game
Lou.
cat.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got to pay attention to this trailer because I was like, how can you complain about an elephant? But what's wrong with the elephant?
It just, I don't know. Maybe it's just not cell
I
shaded.
think
It
the
looks
main
okay.
problem is
not
it looks like
cel-shaded.
shit.
Where's your animated elephant, Dave? Where's your CG
That's
elephant?
right.
I'm not a
No,
fucking game
but-
designer.
But real quick,
Don't
let me
give
say
me
this
a hard
is-
time.
This is Stone Punk's upcoming game, and they show off swinging, swimming, climbing, and some of the combat where there's like punching. I personally am really looking forward to the swinging part, and also some of that underwater look cool. My one concern, though, did anybody else catch that they said it was going to be episodic, and there was going to be 5 episodes?
Oh no!
It's,
God damn
it's,
it!
it's almost like I
That's
said that in my
the
breaking news
fucking-
report.
That is the curse for every game that's ever existed. That's episodic.
Dude,
So,
it's
like-
made by Fun Train. I mean, it's published by Fun Train. So like, this is like their business model. They're like, yeah, we'll publish your game, but we have to do it in 5 parts.
I just don't think any game that has chapters and they say, "Oh,
They
there's
rarely
more coming."
make
Yeah,
a
they
new
never.
chapter. They have to
yeah,
be.
it's
The
over.
problem is they have to be successful. They have to be very successful.
I'm
and-
gonna tell you something real quick.
Uh-oh.
Tarzan VR will not sell a lot of copies based on that. No, based on that trailer.
Based on that,
Well, based
I'll
on
buy
the
it.
trailer, and second
I'll
of all,
buy it.
well, of course, we all have to buy it.
you guys gonna buy it in the chat?
We're
You guys gonna
obligated to buy it. Don't tell them to buy it. We don't know shit.
I'm
Wait till
asking
they
him
know.
if they're gonna buy it.
Asking.
Okay. Anyways,
So the only downside I think is about the episodic thing, because I mean, Fun Train has a good track record. They made sure all 5 parts of the Extras came out, and it was great. It was a success. I'm sure this is going to be fine. But the thing is, with this, it really makes me wonder what kind of game it's actually going to be. You're like, oh yeah, there's punching and there's swinging and there's climbing and there's tools, but like it's certainly not like this little open island. Because how do you do that episodically? It's obviously it's probably very, very story focused and linear. That's the only way I think you can do this episodically. I'm curious.
can I say something? I don't
Yes.
want 5 episodes of Tarzan. Who gives a shit about Tarzan? That's
don't
what I'm saying.
know.
They're not
What
going to
is
sell any
Tarzan?
copies. No, hold on. No one's going to buy this because nobody gives a shit about Tarzan.
I agree with half of
If
that.
it was
because
1930, people would be buying this shit like crazy. It's not.
I think it's a popular name and it's a popular IP. And at first when I said
Wait,
when I saw
popular IP now? In 2019, Tarzan? Really? You think so?
there was just a Tarzan movie like
There's
a
name
year or two
recognition.
ago.
Here's
Right,
what I would
name
say.
recognition. That's what I mean.
He would win a city council seat based on name recognition, but he wouldn't win president.
Listen. This is why he's not selling a $60 game. This is why he's selling $5-6 episodic games, because city council is where he's at. You have to unmute your mic, Dave.
If they sell them for $6, I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, 6 or 7. I think Exorcist was 7 a pop or 8 a pop. Whatever.
And if it's a little bit longer than that and it's an actual game, then it could be pretty cool. But my whole point is swinging. Yeah. Like the concept of it, the swinging stuff has my attention. It looks pretty polished. Like if you look at the forest and stuff, it looks pretty detailed, not the elephant. By the way, real quick.
I feel so bad for this elephant. I'm like, I want to give the elephant a hug. I feel so bad for it.
Stay 1420 won the Bonfire code. Good job, dude.
Nice work.
Right on.
Good dude.
Good. If it went somebody we didn't like, I'd end the show right now.
Yeah. The chat is kind of divided. Some say yes. Some
exactly.
Say no.
Some say I'm
okay. So here's the good thing about episodic games. Very low barrier to entry to get your feet wet and try it out. Right? You pay $6, $7, $8, whatever for episode 1. You don't like it, you're not roped in for the other $60 or whatever it costs. Right? You get to try. You go, that wasn't for me. Moving along. I think that might, and if it's really good, then everyone will be talking about it, and then you'll want to buy all the rest of them. So it's kind of a win-win, I think. And I have a feeling it's going to be good. I don't know why I feel this. I don't know what else Stone Punk's made.
Yeah, I thought so until the trailer, and then I was like, this doesn't really look good at all.
Didn't you hear the?
Honestly, like, I'm not trying to be a dick. I know I'm always the negative guy on this channel or whatever, but like, I just didn't think it looked that good. I don't know.
I thought it looked. I think it has potential.
I was stoked before I saw the trailer, and now I'm not.
Really, it's kind of the opposite for me. Like, it's hard for me to.
I'm more excited about Predator VR, to be honest.
If that happens, though, because we don't even know if that's going to happen. That studio is maybe dropped from Disney. So the dude that was the people that worked on the game don't even know if Predator's coming out. So I wouldn't be so confident in that. But of course I'm with you in that I want it to come out. Absolutely. 110%. Yeah. No, so moving on, Headmaster.
You're a Headmaster.
Got a new update out of nowhere. And it's got a new engine, a practice mode. The party mode can now be played solo. And, I had a chance to check this out earlier. Brian, you have the footage rolling?
Yes. You don't actually have to ask me. I'm like magical like that. Like,
okay.
You said the word Headmaster.
Knows what he's doing. He actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I had a chance to check out the party mode with the solo mode. And, man, I got to say, this game kind of has my attention now. I don't know what it is. I really enjoyed the demo. When I bought the full game, I got like a little bit into the campaign and was like, But then I did the party mode, and there was darts, there was bowling, there was beer pong, or they call it alcoholic-free pong or something. There was like carnival games.
Oh, wait, quick story. Don't play beer pong without beer, because I did that in college. We couldn't buy beer. We played it with Powerade, and we all got so sick. I was fucking puking more than I would if it was beer. So just, kids, if you're out there.
I played beer pong
just
with
wait
shots
for beer.
before.
Just wait for beer. Oh, that's a bad idea, too.
Oh, everything I've done in life is a bad idea. But this is this is great. This is what I like about this party mode and all the footage that we're showing here that AJ shot earlier is that it kind of gives you a glimpse into further parts of the game. Because, hey, if you thought this was a game that's just about, heading a soccer ball into a net and trying to score points, you're way off. This game gets crazy, out of control, ridiculous, over the top, and just the story gets insane, and I love every bit of it. And the fact that these guys are supporting their game 3+ years after
this
launch.
Far after launch, that's
something
insane.
Is up. Why would you port the entire thing into a new graphics engine if you didn't have big plans for it? The thing was already working perfectly.
Headmaster 2.
But why port the original into a new engine? Like, I think there's
because you're prepping for the sequel.
They have to have big plans for the original still. I don't know what's going on.
This part blew my mind. This whole King Kong storming the city thing, and you have to hit the targets all around him, and then it goes up to the top of the building. Man, I was like, wow, like I was definitely missing out. I thought there was kind of more of a narrative to it. I never knew that there was going to be more like crazy stuff, but these mini games right here completely sold me on the game once again.
Nice.
I definitely was wanting to play it earlier, but had some new things I need to check out. But I will be revisiting because these were actually really, really fun.
Yeah, getting to play the party mode without friends, because that's generally
because none of us have friends except for each other here.
Right. It's not even online party mode. It's a local co-op or a local competitive thing, and so I'm like, I don't. The number of times I actually have people over to do stuff like this is so uncommon, so rare, that it'll be nice for me to really be able to check out every bit of these party modes.
Even when my house was like the party hub, like in the last couple of years, it's still hard to get people to share a headset and do local co-op stuff. It does not work, like, especially because I would have like 6 to 8 people sometimes. Yeah. And like when there's one headset, everybody wanted to play like a 4-player, 8-player game on the TV where everybody could see it. So it is hard to do that. It has worked sometimes, but yeah, it just, I really would like to see more online multiplayer. I know that's a tall order to ask, usually due to like performance things, but that's something that we can expect later on down the line. I really believe that that'll be something that comes in time. Just right now, people are still figuring things out, getting stuff running. Like you said, nothing has been completely standardized yet. So once we get to that point, and it's had years to develop, we will have more multiplayer games, I bet, instead of online, instead of local.
Also, if you're curious to know more about Frame, the developers of Headmaster, you should definitely check out my interview with them, because it's it was during a time where the developers were doing a great job of making me not work during interviews. I'd just be like, tell the Headmaster story, and I'd sit back for a half an hour, and they would just tell all the inside stuff. And the guys that I interviewed from Frame told so many great stories. And it's just worth watching to hear some like inside information about this game. I love it. I can't wait to see what they're doing next, and hopefully this does mean that whatever they're doing next is VR related.
Absolutely,
man. So moving on, I gotta say some of my prayers seem like they have been answered, because I believe they're called Deficit Games, and they have finally somebody has been brave enough to make a skateboarding game, and it's called VR Skater. Now, the way that this works is pretty interesting too, in that they show gameplay of the person. They've got the touch controls or whatever they're called, and they're hitting the trigger and pulling their arms, similar to like Sprint Vector or something. And I've been dying for a good extreme sports game, whether it be snowboarding or skateboarding. I'm down for whatever one comes first. Obviously, this seems like it. But, I really like, if you see in the beginning, too, there's a little on the wall. They've got spray painted Skate or Die. I don't know if you guys ever played that for NES, but I loved that game, even though it was kind of like, I want to say a little bit broken in some areas. But for the most part, it had like the joust and stuff. So I'm interested to see what's the game loop of this. Is it going to be something like Tony Hawk, where you find collectibles, you go for a trick, like a score that you have to build up in a certain amount of time? But they show them jumping, doing tricks, grinding. It's got, of course, the signature punk soundtrack, which I've always loved. Skateboarding and like BMX, snowboarding soundtracks. Yeah. They always have amazing soundtracks.
Dude, there was this game for PlayStation that you could take the disc and put in your CD player, and it was the soundtrack of the game, and it was like NoFX, MXPX, like all this shit. It was like super, Blink-182, whatever. Like
even cool. Before that, I mean, with like Twisted Metal and Rob Zombie.
I'll also say, as a child, Thrasher, Skate, or Destroy introduced me to old school hip hop, and I love it for that.
Remember Thrasher?
So
Street Skater. Oh, good.
Yeah. So the spray paint thing that you referred to at the beginning of this trailer, where it says "VR Skate or Die," concerns me. This is actually more of a concern than anything else, because this looks like the thing I don't want it to be. Because
stop. Triangular did $10, and he said, "I spend more time watching your content than any other YouTube channel, or even my cable subscription. The least I can do. Thank you."
Dude, thank you.
Thank you, Triangulator.
Seriously, thank you so much. We really appreciate, kind words.
He's awesome, dude.
Thank you so much.
But so why is this a concern, though?
Well, so if you remember the original Skate or Die, right?
I do. I loved it.
And you were actually skating. It's like this, not downhill jam. It was but it was like through alleyways and stuff. And it's showing exactly the same thing, but in VR. The dude isn't veering off in one direction or another. He is going straight. It looks like there is no freedom of movement.
Yes,
and so
that was what worried me too.
That's why it says VR Skate or Die plastered on the wall, because they're actually trying to warn us. Hey guys, this isn't like open parks like Tony Hawk. This is a very specific thing, and I'm concerned if that's the case or not.
No, I'm serious. Like that was exactly what I was about to say. Yeah. The whole trailer. The guy is moving straight.
Yeah.
He's moving. There's no heavy turning. There's no minor turning.
Yeah.
There is no turning at all.
He's on. He's like
just
on.
Wait for an obstacle.
Yeah.
And you choose how to tackle it. And if that's how it is, it could still be fun. It could still be fun.
Yeah. But that would hurt the experience for sure. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he is moving straight the whole time. It's a good catch there for sure. I would think at least I could have swore I saw like at least a little bit of turning or leaning or something, but no,
there's nothing.
I gotta say though, I really,
It might be a little. Like I feel like you're gonna have like a little variance here, left and right. You got to make sure you line up your grinds and that kind of stuff, because you can see a little. There's one point where he ollies up onto like a small platform, and he does kind of do a bit of a turn. But I don't think it's gonna be. It's certainly not going to be the open Tony Hawk parks that we're used to. Which is fine,
right.
You know, a good first step for a small team.
Exactly.
Hey, right? These
who
are
else
the tests.
has this? Who else is making a skater game right now? Like
Right.
at all? Like you got to start somewhere, man.
These are the tests that need to be done so that we can get those games later. So I'm curious to see how this goes for sure. And you know, it's still a ways out. This isn't supposed to launch even on PC till next year, right? Spring 2020. And then they said after that, then they're going to start. PSVR is what they're going to look at after that. And I'm really curious to see, you know, what kind of game this is at launch and what they do between now and then. And also, you know, like what additions they'll make to the PSVR version once they get some feedback from PC players. That's the benefit of being a PlayStation VR gamer, is that, you know, we heard this from the Scraper guys. We heard this from a lot of people say we listened to the feedback and we made adjustments before we launched the PSVR version.
Right. No matter what happens, this is a day one for me. I've got a long wait, of course, but
yeah, I'm down too. Totally down to try this. I don't care what it's like.
You know what it is? I mentioned this in that top 5 PlayStation classics that need to be remade.
Yeah.
One thing I mentioned in that when I said Cool Borders 2, it's not even that Cool Borders 2 is like when you rank it up against like SSX and Tony Hawk, it didn't really compare to those, but it paved the way for those. It laid the groundwork. And just like, you know, we were talking about the presentation the dude was doing earlier, this is the kind of deal that we need to get the ball rolling at least. And I guarantee you, I would love to see you guys interested in this game in the chat. Please let us know. I totally want to see if you're interested in this, because I certainly am. But great catch there, because that is a small concern of it showing some of the limitations that we're still having to deal with.
I mean, I'm not worried it's not going to be fun. Like, even if it's on a fixed plane and you're just going straight forward the whole time, if you can choose how to do like certain flips to like tackle the...
Oh, he's doing heel flips, kick flips. He's doing, of course, ollies and grinds and stuff.
And what I assume is it's a mixture of pressing buttons and crouching, because it looks like in the video, the virtual guy goes down.
Yeah.
And he's like holding the controllers. So that could be fun. That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even if it's just straightforward.
All
Good
right.
stuff, though.
So it's still a ways out, so we should probably look at something that might be a little more ways in. I don't think that's the term.
Well, how about something that both came out 2 days ago, as well as, or actually came out, 2 days ago for us, and then is coming out the 29th, and that's going to be the Five Nights at Freddy's DLC, Curse of the Dreadbear.
I've been waiting to talk about this one. I can't wait.
Dave, you should really. Dave was like, oh my god, like he was like telling me don't stop streaming. He was like, dude.
Well, so many children were watching AJ that he had 150 people.
We don't know if they're children.
If they like Five Nights at Freddy's and they've never watched his channel before, they're definitely
Come on, there are hardcore Five Nights fans of all ages.
What I want to know,
but what age are most hardcore Five Nights?
I am not.
We're raising that age right now.
Yes, no, for real. I'm not a Markiplier. I'm not a Jacksepticeye. Not even close to any of these guys. And I enjoy the game, man. I didn't watch these guys play it. Like, I just enjoyed it. So I'm not going to get into the argument. But Brian and I both did a stream. Love you,
terrified. I was terrified.
I will not stream this because I'm never spending $11 on this shit.
I can't wait till there's a game that you like absolutely love that I just like really don't like.
Well, actually, no. Watching you guys play this, like, I understand why you like it. It's fine, and I understand why everybody likes it. It's just not my thing. You know?
Which is fine.
Like, I'm not going to be a dick and say it's totally irredeemable and it's not worth anybody buying. Like, that's stupid. I think it's a good game if you like it. You know,
Brian, what did you think of this DLC?
I was terrified, like just shaking and sweating. My heart was racing.
You can see your hands. You can see your hand. Sure. It's got your little green glowy hand.
So it had been a little while since I jumped into Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, I got in, I played the game, did the review, got out, and then was like, man, I can't wait to play more of this someday. And then I jumped back in for the live stream with the DLC, and I was like, why was I looking forward to this? I'm terrified. Like, because that game is so it's just so scary, man. It's so scary in a way that no other game is, like, for different reasons, right? It's I know it's not overall as scary as Resident Evil 7, but it's scary in a different way than that game. And
it has these moments. The hallway one, like, so I really liked. I like some of the mini games. Of course, they brought back the flashlight one where you have to do the flashlight thing.
Which at first I was like, don't make me do this, and then I fell in love with it again.
That one is pure jump scare. Yeah. So
you're talking about the hallway?
No, the pumpkin patch with the
patch.
Thank you.
And
I don't know names, man. I apologize to all Five Nights fans. I'm still learning. I apologize. I'll get there one day.
You know what's crazy? That Five Nights fans watching your streams, they know every character's name, and they're like asking.
Not really. No.
Yes. Well, no. I was watching your stream, AJ, and you, Brian. They were like, "Oh, what is Foxy gonna do?" And I was like, I don't even fucking know who Foxy is.
You don't know who Foxy is? Come on, man.
Because
Foxy killed me so many times.
Foxy's the one that looks like the fox.
Foxy's the one that runs from behind the curtains, right? Down, and then like bangs on the door. That's Foxy.
It's like this is Greek to me.
If you're only gonna know one Five Nights character, for me it's Foxy, because that's what she terrified me so hardcore when I was playing the first Five Nights minigame there, and I was like. I was like, oh, this is fine. Even after I got over the scares a little bit, I was like, oh, I can totally turn on lights, open doors, close doors. I got this under control. And then when I heard Foxy running down the hall, I was like, ah! Every single time I'd be like, just jamming the controller. I'd be like, I hope I hit the button. Like, freaks me the fuck out every time.
I feel like I should take a walk for this one.
Just hold on, Dave. Hold on. We're almost through this. But yeah, so obviously we've got this update that came out, had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
And we've got the rest, $10 now that it's out in the US. It was $14.99 in the
16 Australian, which is always inflated by comparison.
Right. I was hoping for like a $7.99 thing, but yeah, more mini games to come, and the 29th is when it'll be out in the US, where you get the second half of this. And of course, we will be streaming it, so come check it out.
Yeah, I was thrilled, man. Like I was actually, at first I was like, why are we getting the other half of this stuff locked behind the release date? Like, we've already paid for it. Like, let's do this.
I think that's because they haven't finished it yet.
It's possible, but I got to be honest, man. I got to be honest. I'm happy they did it, because this gives me yet another excuse closer to Halloween to drop into this.
Well, that's the other thing.
More new content.
We have not gotten almost anything for Halloween. So that's one thing that I think made me even more excited, was like, finally, something in October to play that's Halloween themed, and it's new. And it's like, it's not an old game going on sale for us that have played all the horror games.
Counterpoint. Firewall's lobby is now Halloween themed. So just play that instead. Just play that instead.
I actually like that. And we're gonna get into it for sure. But yeah.
And hey, surprise guys, I have positive things to say about Firewall this time. I'm not gonna be a dick. I am really happy with it.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. But yeah, really, really looking forward to this one. I love this game. I really do. It's still on sale for those that, if you get scared easy or just get scared by creepy animatronic things, there are parts of that game that certainly scared the shit out of me. So I absolutely love it. And it's really good for VR. So really happy about that too.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
The greater good, Dave. The greater good.
If
I said I'll shut up. I haven't made many comments other than saying everyone. Ooh, actually, Nick Mulo has a good suggestion. Maybe if the characters sang "Love in This Club," the famous Usher song. I was in a college class one time and somebody said that song sucked, and I raised my hand and said, "You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's a great song." in front of everybody. And there was this girl who's like, I want to be friends with you now. Anyways, that's it.
All right, so looking forward to that. Any final thoughts, Brian? Are you good?
No, I'm definitely good. I can't wait till the 29th. I want to see what else they have to offer.
Me too.
Plus, the Nightmare mode wasn't available yet, so hopefully once
hard mode.
Yeah, is it not called Nightmare mode? Am I just making
I
that
think
up?
it's just called hard mode.
I keep calling it Nightmare mode. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I'm curious to see if all the levels suddenly have a hard mode, because none of them do currently in the Dreadbear DLC. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, this one should surely blow your mind because we got a so Rev Johnny.
Oh, wow.
You guys know Rev Johnny in the Discord?
Yeah, he sends me private messages all the time.
He sent me a message and said, "Hey, did you see this?" Like as I'm constructing the GAMESCAST, and I don't have Facebook, so really appreciate you, Johnny, for sending me this. But it's a game called Vero Move, and oh my god, you guys, it to me looks like Box VR, Beat Saber, and Audica all crammed into one and injected with steroids. And it looks, for somebody that has like really bad ADD like myself and also loves like over the top stuff,
Fidget spinners.
This looks
sorry.
Yeah, well, no, I don't like those. But this game has a really cool looking combination of swordplay, of shooting, of boxing. It's a fitness related game, so it is supposed to be like a workout as well. This might be the one that really, besides Beat Saber, that really like holds my attention because it just look at that. I mean, look how insane that looks.
Yeah, it's a lot of everything. Like a lot of everything.
It's literally just like everything crammed into one.
Yeah.
And I love it. Obviously, there's only like one or two, and it doesn't look like there's a whole bunch, but it's got the calorie counter and everything. So just a really good fitness game. I actually thought Box VR, it took a second to grow on me, but I thought it was really good. But it was kind of just like generic in a way.
Well, I mean, if you want like a fitness
effective.
game, if you want a fitness game for real, like Box VR is better than Beat Saber.
Beat Saber, for sure. It's not as fun or as like, it's not as fun.
It's more fun than working out at a gym.
It's more intense. I mean, they even break you off into like 15 minutes max segments and stuff.
All I'm saying is like having something to do while you're moving your body around is always better than not having something. Like I wouldn't do push-ups just by myself on the floor with no VR shit. But this I would do. I like Box VR.
Yeah, no, this is taking Box VR like a big step further, saying, hey, this is a fitness game, but it actually looks like, unlike Box VR, which I've almost said it's not a game, it's just a fitness app. This looks like a fitness game. Yeah. This looks like a fitness game. This looks like more
a good
fun.
mix.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know this one looks great. Do we have any kind of release date for this thing?
There was a demo for all you PC players. There's a demo out today. On Steam, I think it was.
Sorry.
Today.
I bit my tongue when I said that. It was like instant karma. Wow.
But no, there's a demo out today for PC side, so you guys can go check it out. And they said soon to come. Of course, we don't get usually demos and stuff, so it'll be coming to us later. But it looks like it has a little bit more to go, but it looks like it's pretty close as well. If they've got a demo, that's a really good sign. Could see it potentially being
to know what the soundtrack is like. Like in the trailer, it was kind of like sort of a rock, but more like an indie rock. So that's a good sign for me. But that's one, right? It's like we need to see the breadth of the OST, or if it's
right, or
if there is anything licensed in here. I'm assuming it's probably not going to be licensed music, but curious. I'm very curious.
No, if I had to guess, probably not. But but still, I love the look of the swords on this. They remind me of like some Final Fantasy swords that like connect together and stuff, and have like gears and shit. It looks pretty awesome. Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I'd like a release date because I don't want to get excited until I got one of those.
Right. Pretty cool stuff.
You know what? I really wish I had your list up here so I knew what was coming next.
Yeah, what's next?
So Blind Spot.
Oh, damn it. That was what I hoped we were going to talk about, because then I had this great segue, because I was going to say, but there is a game that we do know the release date of, and man, I can't wait for it, and we should talk about it right after.
And you don't have to wait very long at all, apparently, because they released this new trailer. I don't know if you guys saw I know you did. I don't know if Dave saw the new trailer. When we first showed off this
I haven't, actually.
I was like, Aceville says no metal. Sorry, AJ. I hope there's metal, but I'll deal with some rock. I'm totally cool with some rock. I just don't want all like dubstep and stuff, which I got nothing against that kind of music. I'm just not the biggest fan, or pop. I'm not really a big fan of pop.
And we've had enough of all of that with all the other games recently. Like let's get something different.
Right. Stumper VR, I've got my eye on, because that actually, I don't know if that's going to be as good of a game, but the music track is like pretty crazy. So, but yeah, Blind Spot, this new trailer, man, I got to say, from the first thing we saw from this, and then from this trailer, I was like looking at this mansion. I was like, wow, that looks beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, actually,
Wait, does this say it's by Deer VR though?
It is.
Is it published by? It's published by Deer VR.
Hold on.
Not Code 51.
Let's take the hype
Code
train.
51.
It's not the Code 51 developers.
I'm just saying, let's take the hype train back to the station,
Same
because Deer
publisher.
VR doesn't have a great track record.
Same
But
publisher.
All right.
Right.
But look at this, though.
The untested developer. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this just looks fantastic, man. And we did get a release date of October 29th.
Yep. So right around the corner. This is
5
next
days.
week.
We get this in 5 days, guys.
Yeah. I don't know what else Unlimited Fly has made. That is a little disconcerting. But I mean, it's great. You know what? You know what we need to do? I need to turn up the sound on the trailer, because the music on this is fucking beautiful. There's some music for you.
Really good.
There it is. And this is like, I mean, I don't know. I know music doesn't make a game, but like every single trailer I've seen, every single trailer I've seen, I've been like, man, if this is the soundtrack for this game, then just sign me up. It doesn't actually look creepy, which is I think the only downfall. It's coming out so close to Halloween, and I'm really excited to play like a kind of a spooky game close to Halloween. But
it's spooky.
It's spooky. And that's the only downside I'm really seeing right now. If they price this thing right, I'm sure it's a budget title. I'm down, man. I'm interested to see if AJ can handle it though, because I'm thinking it's more of an escape room game than anything else.
It does, but they look very puzzly. Like, I don't know.
That's what escape rooms are too. Actually.
Yeah, but I don't know. There was something different. Okay, is Red Matter? Is that an escape room or a puzzle one? Because
everyone sort of says it's like a escape room hidden inside of a narrative experience.
I'm okay with that.
I would not call Red Matter straight up an escape room, because I think escape rooms are almost the puzzles are less common sense, sometimes more nonsensical, that you have to kind of pair different puzzle solutions together to get one thing accomplished. And it wouldn't be like common sense puzzles that you'd find in your everyday life. Not that Red Matter really has that, but it definitely makes more sense in the context of the environments you're in.
Yeah. I saw like the lasers, and he's like pointing the laser at the door and stuff, and Red Matter had stuff like that. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm curious. All it takes is a game that just, there's a game that will eventually do it in a way that I like it, and I'll come around on Escape the Rooms. I haven't really found the one that I really like yet. The door.
Then why are you excited about this one?
I don't know. I just think it looks beautiful. The music looks really good.
Did you see the hands? Did you watch the hands?
What's wrong with the hands, Dave?
They look like shit.
If that's our biggest complaint
of the game.
If that's our biggest complaint about Blind Spot when it comes out, this is what I'm going to do all night. My reviews on this side.
I'm doing this all night.
The plus sign on this side is going to be great graphics, awesome soundtracks, amazing puzzles, blah blah blah. Everything's great.
Like
the one negative, crappy looking hands. You're like, Dave was right after all. This game's fucking garbage.
Can't tell me I'm wrong.
There was a weird story behind this one. Something about like a brother and a sister trying to find something. I don't remember.
Who cares? Dude, I don't play this for the story. I'm playing this for the puzzles, the atmosphere, the music, the environments, that kind of stuff, the exploration. I really can't wait to see what like secrets this mansion is hiding. The story is secondary. I have a bad feeling it's going to be some like blind bullshit where it's just like these horrible voiceovers, and you're like whatever, but then you like actually push forward and enjoy the game that's hidden behind it.
Yeah, it looks.
Wait,
cool
that didn't happen with Blind though. You didn't like that game.
Blind, I liked the first half of, and then it just fell
what
off.
I'm saying is, he said
cliff.
you pushed forward and started liking it later, and that's.
I liked it.
Not what happened with
later after the beginning, but then not later after the end. The end was garbage.
It ended up being a bad game. Yeah,
the end of Blind was just annoying.
Nick Milo says AJ loves puzzles. I've come around on them after Zing. Zing is an amazing game, man. I really love that. Transpose, Red Matter. I really have come around to puzzle games. I used to not really like them. Then 97 Skynet, the T800 Gamecast has just finished my limited run games copy of Red Matter. Love the game. Red Matter was so good.
How nice, Skynet, does that Red Matter LRG box look? It's just like, it's one of those that you like put up on your shelf and go, that's fucking beautiful. That just needs to like stay there. Yeah.
I see the hands now. I didn't see those before.
Can't beat me anymore.
And that's
Professor Lilith.
Professor Lilith with the $4.99 donation and the red thumbs up. That kind of confused me at first. I was like, usually it's a green. I don't know.
I have a question. Why isn't it Professor? Why isn't it
Professor
Professor Lilith the Game Cat? Huh? Why isn't Professor Lilith the Game Cat?
Dude, Lilith is a game.
You can't bully everyone into changing their name. Like, don't give everybody.
You don't think so, Dave? You don't think so? I've got all the time in the world.
Let's try this.
I'm going down the list.
Just Incredible VR.
Why isn't it Just Incredible VR? The Game Cat? Why isn't it
Gumball's Game Room?
Why isn't it Gumball's Game Room? The Game Cat.
Kev Gret the Game Cat.
God damn it, Kev Gret, get on board.
Yeah. Lilith is awesome. You're awesome, Lilith. Don't listen to that.
ZQD said, "Where's the bald guy?"
He's still there. Actually, there's two of them, but they have hats on.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm secretly regrowing the hair though, which is why the hat's going to stay on. Don't tell anyone because this week won't make any sense if I regrow it on one video and don't re-edit that. Don't tell anyone.
Are you going full mohawk?
Dude, it took people like a year to realize that I use the same intro to This Week every week. They're like, how are you? I don't understand. How are you shaved your head in one and not the other? It's craziness. Yeah, for sure.
I gotta say, I kind of hate that you inserted me into the PSVR This Week intro because I looked like shit. I look like shit in that video.
Just Incredible says when it's Davestation the Game Cat, he'll change his.
I've already got a channel that existed. Fuck off. You know why you didn't change yours, Justin. That's why. Because you have a fucking YouTube brand.
That's my boy,
Ace
Juice.
Bill, the harmonious attack cat. Rayo said, "Why isn't it Brian Paul the Game Cat?" I don't have a good answer for that. Because I can't be logged into my that would
why
be dark
isn't
account.
it PSVR without Parole the Game Cat?
Because then it would have to be PSVR without Parole and the Game Cats.
I actually almost changed mine to Game Cat.
Which, if I ever start a band,
There we go.
again, yeah.
I did almost do that. So moving on, we have an awesome update from one of our favorite developers of all time, Mr. Strange. And that's going to be, actually, this is kind of surprising, a Halloween level in Honor and Duty DJ.
Shit.
And
Exciting.
I got to say, the level looked pretty darn sweet. So we're going to have to gather some cats together and play it. One thing I got to ask you, Brian, during the trailer and the breaking news segment, when you showed off a clip of this level, there was some...
Talk slow so I can find it. I'm actually opening the breaking news report so I can find out where the fuck I hid this footage. Talk slow. Talk to me. What's up?
like in the middle.
In the middle.
And,
in the middle.
Yeah, so
what was the question?
It's
I'm
got
sorry.
this honor and duty. So in that breaking news segment, I heard a little bit of the
Yeah.
Was that from you adding that in there?
That was from me because
Wait, did you edit Reggie's trailer for him?
Yeah.
No.
Why did you?
What happened?
No. Why would he do that?
No.
But what was with the music then?
Because I'll tell you, when I make a breaking news report, the editor in me likes it to be interesting from beginning to end, and that includes like sometimes sprucing up trailers in terms of chopping out slow parts, or if it doesn't have any music, then I got to add music, because that wasn't a trailer. That was just him showing off some gameplay footage, and actually the gameplay footage I found, I still got it wrong.
I wish we had a release date on this, but I imagine it's a Halloween update that maybe it's something we can get all the cats together and do on Halloween and live stream it and have some fun.
Yeah, what do you here,
Although it is next Thursday.
Kate Panic, the cringeworthy Battle Cat says, I have a YouTube brand, all caps, I like it, proper nouns, so I created another account. And that's a good idea. I could do that and change my name to GameCat.
Yeah, Will, that guy
Point
is Will.
taken.
Totally did it. So made a new account. That game cat as well, which is
fine. Yeah.
Why I like Will more than I like you.
Yeah. So I
Wow,
think,
I'm leaving.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that we
come
do
back.
get a. I am hoping we get this on Halloween. I assume we will. And we have a problem that we might have to discuss, which is next Thursday is Halloween. So I don't know.
Why is that a problem?
Because we got the GAMESCAST on Halloween. Are you going to dress up in
That's
costumes?
perfect. Absolutely.
Are we gonna do a GAMESCAST in costume?
I mean, I guess Dave. Do you have a costume for next Thursday's GAMESCAST for Halloween? Spooky night.
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, I'm not sure. I used to have some costumes. I had a Slee Stack costume. It was on clearance. I didn't even know what a Slee Stack was. It's from Land of the Lost, which is pretty obscure as far as franchises go. But
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that on my own.
yeah, so I found that, and I found a clearance Dwight Howard Orlando Magic jersey because he wasn't on the team anymore, and everyone hates him now. So I was Slee Stack Dwight Howard, and nobody understood what it was, and it didn't really make sense. But yeah, I could probably try and find that. I don't know.
All right, but we are looking forward to this, guys. It is time to do.
AJ, somebody called you out earlier for every time I talk, saying, "All right, well then, let's move on."
Oh, wait, what? Really? Well, no.
Yeah, for sure.
Some people would have gotten the hint, Dave.
Hey, man. Well, fine. Then I'll shut up.
No, man. Keep talking, baby.
We would
But
hate that.
we have a giveaway, guys. We have another giveaway. We have 4 more giveaways to do, so let's do another one.
All right, here we go. I'm going to pop it up on the screen. Ready, and... Uh-oh, hold on a second. That's not right. And there it is.
Boom!
You got
Get it,
5.
guys.
You
Go
got
get
4.
it.
You
That's
got
another
3.
one.
You got
4,
2. You got
5,
1. And
fire.
you got... It's gone. Like that. Like, wow. I can't believe it just disappeared that fast.
Kaiser Soze.
Yeah, I hope that was the second code, not the first code. I really so tired. I can't keep track.
Let us know if you get that code for sure. That is for Bonfire, which we are getting close to talking about. But get that code.
Sweet.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Go get it.
Good luck, cats.
Yeah, and please let us know if you got it so that we don't, so we can give it away if no one got it.
Okay, one thing we got to touch base on real quick is Battlewake, the pirate arcade fighting game, ships and good stuff. Got a pro patch. Finally,
Oh,
we've
yes.
been waiting for this. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to play it. I jumped in for a good hour or so,
Ooh, I didn't.
and I think it made some pretty big improvements. I remember, Brian, one of your complaints early on was, "Oh, it's just a rock," and "Hey, it's just a rock over there." And we were like, "What about the glacier?" And you're like, "It's another rock." And you said that facetiously, as in kind of like it was a point you were trying to make.
Yeah. Now they're better looking rocks and better looking water. I'm very happy with the graphical improvements.
Right.
I wasn't trying to be like all pejorative about it. It was definitely just...
That's our SAT word for the day. Pejorative.
Okay. Yeah. No. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. No. I was just.
Stephen Leduc got Bonfire. You are very, very welcome. Enjoy, my friend.
Good job, Steven.
Nice work, man.
He's got some
quick
fast
fingers.
Ooh.
Fucking quick fingers.
That's right. I'm gonna drink some
Nick
coffee.
Bula said, "Man, I could have gotten it, but I feel guilty." Is that just like you could have passed the Beat Saber, but the tracking was messed up?
Oh, wow,
Wow.
dude. Don't need to make it personal.
I'm just kidding. I know he's a
Personal
beast.
attacks.
No, I know he's a beast, which is why I can
That's
say that.
rude.
I love you, Nick. You're really good at Beat Saber too. I know it. I've seen it.
I think Nick's really good at everything.
He is. But yeah. So I don't know what I kind of lost track of what you were about to say. But my guess is it made it look better visually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fix the main issue with the game,
Right.
which we all know it has fantastic gameplay. That is not the issue. The issue is the content of the game, the depth of the game. There's not really a whole lot to the upgrade system. You don't really care whether you use this weapon or that weapon that you get. And everything is just floating around, shoot the other ships, which I enjoy a lot.
I mean,
But-
would you say the same thing about Sprint Vector? Like, I feel
No.
like that's...
No.
Yeah. Well,
No.
no, but Sprint Vector has no more depth than Battlewake
Sprint
does.
Vector, we've been through this before. Sprint Vector has medals you can go for, times that you try to get.
It doesn't
So
mean depth.
There's also
In
challenges.
gameplay, that's not gameplay depth. That's not mechanics to discover. That's just like stuff.
Using weapons, I mean, there's actually.
I don't care about trophies and stuff, so like maybe I'm different, but like
no, but you don't. Did you?
You just play the same game 30 times just to get a trophy. That doesn't mean there's depth.
I think did you completely forget that there were challenge levels in that? Like, did you play any of the
the challenge levels are impossible and they're awesome, so satisfying to overcome. But
I mean, not only that, but they reward you with being better at the game after you finish them. And there's also like online leaderboards that you race. I met some of the people like in this community through, I was like, hey, I recognize your name, and it was through like the leaderboards and stuff. So
I just don't feel like we should be shitting on Battlewake for not being deep enough.
No, we're not shitting on it. It's a great game,
really,
but it's just really shallow.
I love playing it, but yeah, I mean, I actually get the most out of the warfare mode. The campaign was just really short. It was, and there wasn't like a whole lot to it. But,
it's like a long tutorial.
I really like the warfare mode. If I'll give it some credit, the warfare mode to me is awesome. Because there's like protect the ship, there's boss fights, but you are kind of stuck with the same ship the entire time. Yeah. So like you go as long as you can. You can't change out and like in between rounds have different specials. So if you go really far in the game, you are stuck with that attack, those weapons for the most part.
I'd like to add, like, I can't get off of this sprint vector thing this quickly.
I'm sorry, I fucked up. I said the wrong thing.
Something that Battlewake could add is it would actually fix a couple of my complaints and give it some depth that sprint vector has. Are environments like actual, like not just like these open sea areas,
crazy effects.
It could actually just like there could be caves and all sorts of things that actually like create some kind of course or some areas with like hidden secrets and shortcuts and different places to kind of like to learn. If you learn the level, you're better at it, which is not something that happens in any level of Battlewake, but happens in every level of Sprint Vector. The more you play it, the more secrets you learn, and I think that's what kind of killed Battlewake for me, was that no matter how different each world looked, it played exactly the same. And I was like, man, right. give me something to learn here, where the more I play it, the better I am. And the environments didn't do that at all in this game.
I guess maybe I'm easier to please when I just like something, because like I have no complaints with Battlewake. I think Battlewake is a great game. I think it's worth buying.
Are you still playing it?
For fun. I mean, no, but if somebody asked me to play it, I would on multiplayer, like co-op or whatever. Like,
I feel like I got everything I needed from Battlewake in like 2 days.
Yeah, I really hope I didn't come off shitting on the game, because I actually really spent several hours playing.
Well, I mean, that was mostly 5 minutes of talking negative stuff about the game, so that's fine. But yeah.
Well, then that came off wrong, because I actually really do like the game. I do think it's expensive for $25 or $30 now. Yeah. I do think it's not enough like variety to. I think that's the problem I have with it, is the variety. It's like Brian said, with Sprint Vector and stuff, there's alternate paths you can take that play differently, and you get a better time.
That's because it's a Mario Kart clone. Does Assassin's Creed Black Flag have alternate paths to go shoot a guy? Like, it's a different world. Kind of game. I recall. What I'm saying, it's a different kind of game. Like, you can't have the same thing in a kart racer, essentially, which is what sort of.
But you were the one that brought up Sprint Vector.
You're the one who started the comparison. That's why we stuck with it, Dave. I would have chosen a different game to compare it to if that was the case.
It's evolved now, and I have different things to say.
What would you like to compare it to now?
I'm not comparing it to anything else. I'm just saying with Sprint Vector, like, that's a different kind of game.
With Sprint Vector, I played it for weeks. With this, I played it for 2 days.
I love Sprint Vector.
I played Sprint Vector for like a month.
Yeah,
I played Sprint Vector for 2 days.
No, that's what it was for me for Battlewake. Yeah. But I played it like a lot, though. I played it for at least a total of 8 to 10 hours. Played it even, like I said, when I did this patch.
We're really getting in the weeds here. We all like Battlewake, and we're just debating on how much we like it, and that's so ridiculous.
And I'm going to resort to everything I say, dude. Everything I say, the chat is saying you're wrong, Dave. You suck. So I should probably stop talking.
They're not saying you're wrong.
I haven't been reading the chat. I apologize.
No, it says articulating critique is different than shitting on it. LOL. Whoa, bad comparison. Yes, Black Flag does have multiple.
What? What'd you say? What'd you say, Dave?
Sprint Vector is full of death. It takes tons of time to learn best route, the best way to use against opponent items.
Come on. We've spent way too much time on this. Right. We're thrilled that they improved Battlewake. They gave it a nice.
It does look better.
A pro patch. Hopefully, Servios has been great about committing to their games and updating their games. Hell, we got that Electronauts update not that long ago. It was like, whoa, I didn't think to see that coming.
35 new songs or some shit.
So I can't wait to see what they add to this game and you know, to add a little bit more depth for people who, like, you know, really can't get enough of it. It's gonna be great.
I'd like to fight a Kraken. Is what I want. I want to fight one of those Krakens.
Okay.
Creed. You got to play Creed and download the Kraken deals.
So moving on, we have an announced a release date for Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, which this game is actually starting to get a lot of buzz behind it. We know this is by Fast Travel.
I blame the award show. The award show like fucking pimped this thing. They were like, "This is the second coming."
Well, it looks good. I mean, no, I honestly, where it started generating buzz for me is when people started getting their hands on it at like these EGX and all these other things, and people started to say like, "Wow, this is actually really cool." Like, you know, but you know, you had some more details, but obviously the big things is that it's going to be November 12th. So we're not going to have to wait very long. It's going to be $14.99.
Right. Thank you for making it reasonably priced. Right. This is
really surprising.
This is what you want to hear.
Yeah, it looks really polished for a $14.99 game. Not sure how long it's going to be. The other thing is, it's going to have day one pro support.
Yep. Good DualShock 4 support, Move Control support. Good stuff. Good stuff. And this is sort of the. I don't mean to say this like this, but it is the pet project. The Fast Travel, Jesus Christ, Fast Travel Games team. I'm not able to speak properly. You know, obviously these guys are working with the Budget Cuts team for Budget Cuts 2, and so they've got their hands full with a lot of different projects. But this is like their little pet project, and it's adorable. And we're gonna have some very cool giveaways, spoilers, that will be associated with this when the game comes out. So look forward to that.
I remember Dave saying about this trailer with the woman sitting there, like around it, like how people always put like somebody in the trailer. But the other, when they showed off like the more gameplay stuff, it does look pretty cool. I'm really interested to see. I guess it's going to be kind of a puzzle game with a heavy narrative, is what you're saying. I
just like how interactive it looks, man. Like I just love that there's all different like little gadgets and things, and you can break open the walls of the things and this and that. It won an award, some festival for being like the most immersive game, beating out No Man's Sky. Like, I mean, this thing's got it. So we'll see if we agree.
No Man's Sky
for immersion. Hell yeah, dude.
Those people are terrible judges.
What did you think of Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets when you played it?
I don't think it's better than fucking No Man's Sky. Immersive? No. You had Nathy say to the world that No Man's Sky was the most immersive game in the world.
Listen, man, Nathy speaks his mind. I don't tell him what to speak.
You scripted the whole thing.
I totally missed what you're talking about. What got more immersive than No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky. That was
Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets. That was a lie. That was a joke.
Okay. That's what I get for tuning out for 2 seconds.
This looks great. I can't
wait.
Hope
that was a joke.
For a $15 game. No, it actually did. It won the most immersive at a festival. So and I am so I can't wait. It just looks like it's going to be really cool to see in the headset. You know, like Moss kind of had this like miniature world where you want to like put your head into it, and this feels like the same thing. And you're going to be able to like pull and tug and turn the world. And I can't wait to see what these levels are all about.
Well, so only a couple weeks out. Davestation, I would love for you
That's me. What are we talking about?
Take the lead on the next subject, which is going to be Firewall Zero Hour. Got an update.
Yes,
and before you start, though, we're going to be rolling some footage. I captured some footage with my dudes. Big shout out to Killatrix, Wanted, and of course my guy DB Choppa. Love you guys. Those are my dudes. You also got to play with them as well. Dave, take it away.
So I know I've been on this show in the past, and I've said negative things about Firewall. I said, these fuckers with their DLC that breaks the game that you have to pay money for, and I shook my fist at the clouds. And now I'm not doing that anymore because this new update came out. They've got a new map, and I played for like 7 hours in the last 2 days, just with Game Cats and friends and people. And I've had such a good time. I love the new map. I didn't unlock the crossbow yet, but it looks like it's pretty fun. It's sort of like a golden gun situation, like it's a one-hit kill.
I'll tell you real quick. And there is a drop on the crossbow but that thing is awesome. It is like a one-hit kill.
It fires very slowly though, so if you
I wouldn't
miss,
say very, but yeah, it's not as fast as a machine
compared to
gun.
any gun in the game. Yeah, compared to every other gun.
But
yeah,
man, I was hooked on it. You'll see some footage down here in a second of me using it, and it took me a second to get. I dropped the dude like instantly, and then but it took me a minute to get used to that drop. But then, but yeah, continue.
But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the new lobby, which is really fun. Yeah. Sometimes a spider drops down and scares you.
Not a fan of that.
It's super Halloween themed.
Here, spider.
I thought you loved scary games.
I do.
It's so funny how VR is obsessed with spiders. The Richie's Plank experience thing added a giant spider, Farpoint with the spiders. And spiders get everybody. Choppa was actually telling me that like in the forums,
dude, I hate spiders.
People were complaining about, oh, the spider is too scary. It's like a little bitty spider that comes down. I don't know. Brian, did you see the spider?
I saw the spider.
Yeah.
Did it make you feel uncomfortable?
I just didn't like it. You know, you gave me the heads up. You're like, oh, and there's a spider in the lobby that comes down, and I was like, is it a big spider? And you're like, it's a pretty big spider. So I was
it's a tiny spider.
So I was waiting.
Actually, spider-wise, it is pretty big. But there's a giant spider hanging right next to you that never drops down. Yeah, and the one that does is like this big.
So I'm standing there playing Farpoint today while Chad is going through my video game collection, and
Farpoint?
Did I say Farpoint?
Firewall.
I was playing Firewall today while Chad's going through my video game collection. Let me start that over. And I was like, dude, I'm like, just do your thing because you don't want to witness how bad I am at this game. And I go in, get into the lobby, and go, oh, AJ told me there's a big spider that drops down, and I'm like, I'm just gonna wait because I want to see the spider. And I'm like standing there looking around. It's like my favorite lobby so far. And I'm like just waiting. I'm like, is it gonna jump out of a door? It's gonna fall from the ceiling, and nothing. It never happened for me until like later on. And then when I finally saw it, I was like, this little tiny thing that's like looks like okay. It's definitely not a big spider, but. So I just told Chad, I was like, dude, don't watch because I'm terrible at this game. They're gonna wreck me. And I don't want anyone to witness it. And I went in, had a voice chat problem, some bug where they couldn't hear me or I couldn't hear them or something. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just play with them anyway. And dude, like I had the best round I'd ever had in Firewall ever. Like I went in and like I totally saved my team. I got 3 kills, and I very 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 seldom have matches like that.
I gotta say, I don't know what it is, but I feel like just like you said, the update made me better at Firewall. I'm just better now than I used to be. Like, I haven't played in months, and I was taking people down and being like, yo, they're to the left. And people were like, thanks, Dave. And it's fucking kill them. And it was great.
Yo, thanks, Dave. Who were you
Man, I got to
with?
tell you, this, talk about, like, needing some Halloween stuff, some Halloween spirit going on.
Yeah.
Really big shout out to the team over there at First Contact for having that lobby, like you said, with the little... the spiders and stuff and the candy and the beers and the TV and the couch and, the decorations, the skeletons everywhere.
Yeah.
And like I said, also the operations, most of the operations that you get now, the costumes you unlock, you get like pumpkin pajamas and you get a vampire, like bloody teeth and glowing eyes and stuff. Just big shout out to them.
So happy that they had pumpkin camo. He was like, this is a Easter egg about me.
Yeah, I for one, man, I'm ready to jump back to this game for sure and play the hell out of it for the rest of the month. It's just I had such a blast, man, and like I said, this crossbow if you get up against if it's you versus like 2 or 3 guys, you're screwed with the crossbow. But for the most part, if they're by themselves, then you're good to go. And that thing,
if you got grenades, I mean, maybe you could make it work.
Yeah.
Hey guys, real quick
maybe,
here. I just want to say to respond to people in the comments, like Professor Lilith, who said, "Who knows if No Man's Sky was at the festival?" I'm looking at some DMs with Fast Travel Games, and it was the Rain Dance Film Festival in London in September. And
well, why would No Man's Sky be at a film festival? That doesn't make any sense. So yeah, of course that game won.
In the Curious Tale of the Stolen Pets, it beat out games like No Man's Sky and Doctor Who for best immersive game.
Wait,
Oh,
No Man's
so that
Sky was
a
at
thing
a
somewhere
film
else.
festival?
Just giving you a heads up, guys.
This is breaking my brain. Why
it's
was No Man's
legit.
Sky at a film festival? It's not a film.
Well,
Neither
it's,
is Curious
you know,
Tale of Stolen Pets or
It's
Doctor
more
Who
narrative.
experience.
It's more narrative than No Man's Sky is. No Man's Sky is a sandbox.
Hey, man, when's the last time you were at a film festival?
Good question. Never.
Okay, I don't know what happens there, man. I don't know either. So there's suddenly video games
I'm
at
just
film
saying.
festivals
It's like Call of
Sick.
Duty Modern Warfare is not at a fucking film festival. I'm just saying.
because that
So
totally
Xanadu-
would have won.
Says, all right, gonna have to pick up Firewall. You should, especially since it's got a permanent price drop as well. And with all this content, and Dave, how much did you have to pay extra to enjoy all of this new content?
$0. But
That's
here's the
right.
thing: if you want to pay extra, you get a new contractor that has a special skill.
Ooh, I like that.
And you can pay them for all the other stuff that they've released already. So there is some stuff paywalled, but for the most part, it's not. There's also special challenges you can only get if you pay, but it's all cosmetics, so that's no big deal. I was just mad that they originally introduced it in a way that broke their whole game. Because I was like, you're chasing cash, and you broke your game. And at this point, I don't have to buy anything, and the game works, so I don't give a shit. It's good.
No, I'm actually very, very impressed by the amount of support First Contact is giving this game. Obviously they're obviously focusing somewhat on their next project, Solaris, and but that doesn't mean they've slowed down support on this. It's kind of mind blowing. This game is killing it, and they just keep bringing us more and more content. It's like 2 maps per season, and with I love the contractor bear. Gets rid of the red chevron above his head.
Chevron, yeah. I've never heard anybody say chevron more often than I have the past week.
Right.
It's like everybody just learned the word chevron.
It's like it's not a triangle anymore; it's a chevron.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool, man. It's like because people had asked, "Hey, can you get rid of those?" or blah blah blah, whatever, and they actually made it a perk, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, I'm a fan of everything they're doing, and this is probably my favorite map yet.
It is really good. And one thing AJ didn't mention as far as Halloween theming goes, the crypto pickups have been replaced with candy corn, which is objectively the worst Halloween candy ever.
It is.
But it gives you points.
It's
So
like when you're
you
out
see-
of candy and you're like, well, I've candy corn left.
No, not even at that point. I would just throw it to the birds.
Like, well, I've got
Let them
leftover
eat it.
peeps from
The
Easter.
birds. Think of
Yeah,
the
let
birds,
the birds
Dave.
eat it. I don't know.
All right, excellent. So yeah, no, props to First Contact, man. They keep supporting their game, they keep making it better, and they keep dropping the price. I mean, this is the best of all worlds right here.
I did like that little Blood and Truth casino trinket too.
Right?
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
good
down
call.
with
Good
that.
call.
I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I asked when we are going to get Ryan Marks as a contractor.
Right. Yeah, that was a good one. So while you guys ready up the next giveaway,
Oh, are
I'm
we?
gonna give
Oh,
a
Dave,
quick-
actually, I need you to go to PSVR this week and choose a random winner if you don't mind.
I shall.
While Dave
Sandra
is doing
Cirrus
that,
helped me on my journey.
I have
Sandra
an
cries.
update on Contagion.
Sandra Cirrus.
I know. I just hate pronouncing it correctly.
Get
Sandra
it right or
Krause.
pay the price.
We talked about last week with Contagion that they had submitted for the certification, and some bad news, guys. They failed. But they haven't given up, and they've already, I think, resubmitted again. But the truth is, I'm really not sure we're going to get this game in October like we hoped. So it's probably going to come out when everything else comes out in November. So prepare your wallets because it's going to take a beating.
You know, I don't mean to keep shitting on these guys, but I feel like every single turn they keep making promises that like the new PlayStation
Well, they never
VR
made a
develop-
promise.
No, they have made many promises. They said this game was going to come out like November of 2018.
September
of 2018, so even worse, right?
September
Oh,
versus November of 2018 doesn't make any difference, honestly. if
Right.
you're
Last
splitting hairs.
year, they promised that there was going to be a demo or the full game. They were like, we don't know. It's either going to be a demo
I
or
don't
the full
even
game.
remember that.
But it's, I have the image, I promise you. And it was their timeline. They're like, yeah, this is when it's going to come out. We don't know if it's going to be the demo or the full game. That was over a year ago at this point. And then they just keep saying, yeah, we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to do that. And I applaud them for their enthusiasm and for like their, we're going to do this and we want to like deliver everything that you want to you. But man, it's just like I want every other first time PSVR developer to like learn from this and be like, guys, just don't say shit until you get approved by the Sony certification process.
Of course.
Just
you know, we
lay
saw
back.
it with Scraper, we saw it with Racket Fury's update, and you know they've added another level on in this game.
Yep.
They added some kind of parking garage. I wonder if that has something to do with it. If that's what's they're trying to finish up or whatever. But yeah, I mean, like you said, Sony doesn't even care about the quality of the game. They just care about how it performs, or like, you know, as long as it works. Like they don't care how good the game is. I mean. They just care that it works.
You know, I have to say,
obviously not.
I let this slide, but now that I have a little bit of backing, Acefield the Harmonious Attack Cat, Rayon says candy corn is so good. I got to be honest.
No, it's not.
You throw a handful of candy corn into your mouth and you just chomp down on it.
Terrible.
I don't
I
like
like you as a person. I like you as a person, Acefield, but that's a bad take. That's wrong.
Yeah.
I don't mind candy corn. Like I said, it's like when I finish. Oh, candy corn, sweet. I'll take it.
I like the pumpkins. I like the pumpkins that taste like candy corn because they get more chew to them. They're bigger, they're rounder, they're denser.
I don't know what you're talking about, but hold on.
Yeah.
We got a winner for the fucking giveaway.
Excellent.
So, what game is this for, Brian?
So, the giveaway from PSVR this week is not just one, not just two, but 3 North American keys. And you don't have to live in North America, guys. Remember, you can create a North American account for Wolf and Woods, A Chair in a Room, made
Good
a
game.
green
Great
water.
game.
Made by the very
Too
same
expensive.
people.
Are we doing all 3 right now?
You know what? Here's the problem. If we don't do all 3 right now, we're going to forget to do them, and the show's going to go on forever.
Yeah. And
So-
everyone's going to stop watching, and yeah, cool.
Yeah. So let me bring up the trailer for A Chair in a Room. Dave, who is the very first winner for A Chair in a Room Green Water?
Number 1 winner has a very punny name on YouTube. He's Profit for Profit, like a Jesus for money. Profit for profit. You get it?
Yes.
Anyways, his PSN is Ricksta, and his comment is, I was denied parole too. Smile. sad crying face. He left a sad crying face.
Dave, can you do me a favor and copy that directly into the Discord
I shall, yes.
right now so we don't lose track of it?
Denied parole.
He was also denied parole.
Not parole.
Okay, so next one. You want the next one?
Okay, please, let's do the next one. The
Oh,
second.
wow.
Yeah.
This is a guy that I know.
Oh, we know him.
Zakotron HQ. You guys know
Zakotron?
Zakotron? Yeah.
Congratulations,
Oh, yes.
Zakotron.
And guess what his PSN is?
Zakotron?
Zakotron HQ.
I think we're
Nice.
friends on the PSN. I think I knew
We
that.
are
He
friends.
says, this game looks really interesting.
Good dude.
Well,
Nice.
enjoy.
Please copy and paste that one as well.
Yes, I will. I'll do. He also put a smiley face. So far, 2 out of 3 people put smiley faces. So
We've got a happy community.
if you're trying to win, I mean, I don't know odds or whatever. I'm not a Vegas booker, but I'm saying put a smiley face. In there.
Maybe Sandra Cries likes happy people.
Maybe so. Okay. This person did not put their PSN name, so they lost.
Whoa, really? That's a shame. Okay. I gave them one instruction. I don't know how they can screw it up.
Just
Yeah,
incredible.
exactly.
Says, sorry to burst your bubble, but Contagion wasn't all that exciting.
Yeah,
So-
that's we've heard that from PC gamers before.
Yeah.
I just wanted
Well, we
more
don't-
zombie skill.
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, we're a little bit desperate.
Yeah.
Okay, so the third winner. You guys ready for this? Okay. So this is a guy named Aaron George, but his name is spelled Aaron, Aron. Never seen that before.
Maybe it's
And his
wrong.
PSN is Agdog1988. He says, love the new Doctor Who's better than the old 1940 version.
Okay.
I think this is when you ask people to tell you what Doctor Who to watch.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
That I would watch the newer ones because they would be more relative.
Ah, okay. Sure.
The Doctor relevant, maybe? The Doctor never dies. He just changes into someone new every other season.
I know nothing
So
about
that's-
Doctor Who. I need to do a crash
now
course
You
so
might
fast.
know more. Now, I don't know.
So can you copy and paste that one as well for me, sir?
I shall.
You're the best.
Congratulations
Congrats
to all the
to-
winners. I actually looked
Yeah.
up Aaron. You said Aron.
Is that a common name in Scandinavia or something?
No, I was actually thinking that maybe a girl's name, but it's actually a Pokemon. It's a Pokemon species.
That's even better.
No. Is it really?
It's a dual type steel rock Pokemon introduced in Generation 3. It evolves into Lairon starting at level 32, which evolves into Aggron starting
Oh,
at
it's so
level 42.
cute. Oh, it's so cute. I'm
It is
looking at
pretty
it now.
adorable.
Look at that little guy. He's like what's that? What's the one with the skull that throws a bone? Cubone.
Oh,
He's like a little
Cubone.
baby
I think so,
Cubone.
maybe, I don't know.
He looks like a little baby coupon.
Congratulations to all 3 winners of a Chair in Room Greenwater North American version.
For entering.
And
congratulations.
And also thank you and shout out to Wolf and Wood who supplied us with all 3 of those keys. We really appreciate you. Now it's time. Come on, Ryan, you and me, we're doing this interview. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. He's like, it's not going to happen. I'm like, it's totally going to happen. All right. He saw my review of The Exorcist. He's like, it's not going to happen. All right, what's next, AJ?
Definitely buy that game when it goes on sale, guys. It's nothing quality game. It's just a little short for $25. If you got the extra cash, cough it up, buy it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's just when it's over, you're like, you just have like that feeling where you're like, it just needed a little bit more. Like it just
like an hour, like 2 hours more.
I would settle for an hour for the price.
But it was really good though. There's no denying that. I actually I enjoyed it more than The Exorcist. Not as scary, but like just functioned and a lot of stuff. Really thrilling.
I like The Exorcist more, but this definitely worked from beginning to end.
Right.
Do we get a tip?
Okay, so we didn't get a tip, but I want to say that Nick just left the best comment I've ever seen in my life, and I'm giving him a shout out for that. Let me read it.
Go ahead, yeah.
All the candy corn that was ever made was made in the 20s. They just dig it out of the trash every year and bag it back up for next year. You were a fucking genius.
I love it. Actually, when you guys were the last 10 minutes, like the whole chat was still going back and forth about candy corn. There was more defenders than haters.
I'm not saying candy corn is quality candy in any sense of the word. I just like it. It's like cheap garbage candy. It's like I just need some sugar, like and here it is.
Well,
man.
He already told you they dig it out of the trash every year. That's why it's garbage candy.
That's pretty fucking funny, Nick. I love it.
Oh man! All right. So 101 has been teasing that they're going to give us a release date for VR Pong. And finally, they did. Yes. They've actually said VR Pong is coming November 12th, and it will have a physical version also on November 12th in North America and on the 15th in the EU. Now, I got to say something real quick about this. They had a couple screenshots to boot with this.
Okay. I was like, I don't have a trailer. I couldn't even find it. Okay.
Yeah, they had a couple screenshots, and it showed like a recreational center, an alley, and a dojo, and a park. And I actually
can I ask really quick, who the fuck plays ping pong in an alleyway?
Dude, well, it's more like
nobody plays ping pong.
It's not an alleyway.
Is it pong or is it ping pong?
It's ping pong.
Okay, because you said it's called VR Pong, right?
Right.
Okay, I just assumed it was some futuristic Tron version of Pong.
No, when I say alleyway, it's more like.
I'm just joking. You don't have to go into it. It's fine.
Imagine like a bunch of condos, centerpiece to the condos, like
a bunch of condos,
concrete,
okay. like an alley or something.
Like, well, that's what I mean. I guess yeah, like an alley. I wasn't sure if I got the term wrong, but I really like the pictures that I saw from this. I thought it looked pretty good. And like I said, I know like my boy Killich is excited for this because he doesn't like the futuristic Pong stuff. He wants a realistic one, and more power to you. But we know this one's going to have multiplayer, and it's looking pretty polished, to be honest with you. But we'll see. And it's like I said, coming out the 12th of November. You guys excited for this one?
Maybe. I'll also say real quick though, if you don't like futuristic stuff, and you passed on Racket Fury because it was just space, and it was just space. The new environments are so cool. Like there is a gym, there is like a hotel lobby or something. I don't know. They're not space, and they're very well done.
So much better now. So much. I love the more realistic ones. They look beautiful. The space backgrounds are boring. I was not a fan of that at all. But the new ones are amazing. They all have a night and day setting. Love it.
It's very good. So even if you don't want to wait for this game, you could buy that.
Yeah. And so hold on a second. So we already have Racket Fury. We have Ping Pong Pro coming soon, and now we have VR Pong. I was like,
wait, is that different? I thought we were talking about the VR Pro Pong or whatever.
Is this a different game, AJ?
Why are there so many goddamn ping pong games? I'm getting confused.
I've just been showing the trailer for Baby Hands.
Yeah, I know. Cole Robinson in the chest is, oh my God, it's Baby Hands.
I was looking around. I was like, I don't know what to show. I've been showing the Doctor Who trailer for an hour. It's like I need to put something on. I was like, I want to make sure it's not something that people think is VR Pong. Like, nailed it. No one's gonna think this is accidentally VR Pong.
I also laughed at Aceville because he was defending candy corn again, and he put at the very end of it hashtag Children of the Corn.
Oh my god, Aceville, I love
you and me, Aceville. GameCat Meetup 2020. We're just gonna chill in the back and eat candy corn.
Damn right, I'll be there with you.
I'm gonna have like one tooth left by then.
Well, I have baby hands though. That's what.
I'm gonna come by and give you guys a dirty look.
I thought this was the same VR. Is this not the VR Ping Pong Pro? I guess is this a different one?
I thought it was the same thing you were talking about because that's coming out on November or something.
There can't be 3 ping pong games.
I think Brian confused you and me too.
Well,
what are you talking about,
he said the game is called VR Pong, and
that's not what it's called though. That's not what it's called.
Maybe that's not what it's called.
It's like VR. Ping Pong Pro because they made
it
is VR Ping Pong Pro. I'm sorry.
Okay, I have a trailer for that.
It is VR Ping Pong Pro, and
you've just been sitting here watching baby hands the whole time,
which I really enjoy. I gotta be honest.
Yeah. So sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry.
So it's this game down here.
I thought I did really good up to this point.
There's this game right here, which again, as Dave was saying, now I totally understand the comment. The thing that this game had going for it was like these realistic environments that now Racket Fury has beaten them to
with the punch
with multiplayer. So I will say these environments are pretty damn cool.
But here's the thing, guys.
Yeah.
The only game that these people have released on PSVR was the
other one.
Shitty, terrible VR ping pong game that came out before, which is called like something like VR Pong or VR Ping Pong.
VR Ping Pong,
yeah. And that game sucks compared to Racket
horrible.
Fury. So
they're
maybe they were sharpening their
this has to nail the physics.
Better.
This has to nail the
physics. Are definitely the most important. But like I said, the environments do look pretty awesome. These are kind of the same environments that I saw from the screenshots.
Not to be super negative, but how can it be better than Racket Fury? I think this is an interesting question. How could it be better than Racket
I literally just said there's people that don't like the robot thing. And but
what do we have here? What do we have in place of the robots?
Do you even have a body?
Just a
in
paddle?
This game? Like, what's going on?
I think we need to wait for the gameplay part of it to start up again, because if there's no representation of even a being, because you can see which way you're lost. You lose everything. You lose that whole competitive edge. You can totally fake someone out by going one way and going playing the other way. It's just a paddle.
Cloak Reaper says VR Ping Pong is the worst VR game I have ever played.
I mean, it's really bad.
Period.
It's really bad.
So I'm just, saying,
it's just a paddle, guys.
It's just one of those things.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know how you can improve on Racket Fury, honestly.
I agree with you, but like I said, when I was talking to my buddies and they're like, I don't really care about Racket Fury. I want the VR Ping Pong Pro thing.
Why?
Because he wants a realistic one.
But they have that now, so it's already in there. Case closed.
Your opponent is missing.
Problem solved.
Yeah,
it's just a floating paddle. I don't know how we're gonna do this. That doesn't seem realistic. I want to play against ghosts. Nailed it. It's super realistic. It's super.
Oh wait, I'm feeling weird about robots again.
This one's coming out soon, and we're getting keys for these, so we'll be able to stream it. They're giving away keys, so they're confident that they're in this game, or they are signing their death wish. But one way or another, we will get to show it off for you guys and let you know what it's all about.
Yeah, they did give us a release date in the most recent email, didn't they?
Yes, it was November 15th, I think.
Okay. November 12th.
12th.
And physical in US. November 15th for physical in EU.
Gotcha.
Excellent.
Is that a Perp Games?
I don't think
so. Is
so.
that a Perp Games?
I don't think so.
No.
Games come out that aren't released by Perp Games? That's news to me. Jesus.
Yeah,
right.
I forget who this was, but it was Merge Games. Merge Games is publishing this one.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, AJ, let's move on from ping pong. I think we've talked enough about ping pong for the next year.
All right. So we have another game. Finally, we could talk about Bonfire, guys. I've been wanting to talk about this. I played it when it first dropped on Tuesday, and it caught my attention for two different reasons. Number one, I thought the art style, the design of it was really cool looking. Number two, I saw a picture of this giant slug thing, and it kind of reminded me of a little bit of Day of the Tentacle, goofy looking. But they, anyways, I don't know.
When you get to number 2,
What's number 2? I'm like,
I don't know.
We're waiting for you to get to number
2.
2. I just followed what Brian
I thought he was saying like slow down or something.
No,
like
he's
he hadn't
saying
gotten the trailer.
that's number 1. He's counting off the numbers.
Dave was already counting to 2, and I was like, no, come back.
Number
Well,
2 is that it's a sci-fi setting. It's a sci-fi themed setting. I'm a big sci-fi nerd. I love stuff like that. And yeah, it just sounded cool, like being around a campfire with some mysterious noises that you have to figure out. Discuss.
It's adorable. It's adorable.
It's so delightful. It makes you feel good.
I'll let you
No,
go.
I was talking at the same time as you, not intending to take your place, but just to sort of like
accentuate.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
Right. I didn't want to play this game because the thing is this is the same team that did Invaders, right?
Invasion
and
Crow the Legend, and I didn't like those either.
Yeah.
I hated Crow the Legend. I hated it. Felt too 360 video-ish. I was like, what am I doing here? This
wasn't crazy, but I'm not a big Pixar guy.
I love Pixar. I love.
Did you say I'm not a big Pixar guy?
Thank you,
AJ.
I like Die
have
Hard.
to talk about this offline.
Predator and Blade Runner.
Dude, fucking what's that latest Pixar movie? The Dia de los Muertos. Maybe it's not the latest one.
Yeah, some of the later stuff I haven't been into.
But that's a testament to this because I played Invasion because Invasion was free
good.
and it was like cute, it was charming and stuff, but it didn't really feel like it really told a story. It was more like a Bugs Bunny episode.
I liked Invasion. Invasion was fun, but these are things you just sit back and watch, right? Sit back and watch. I don't want to just sit back and watch. And the second I jumped into this thing, I didn't want to play it. And so I reluctantly put the headset on today and was like, well, I got to play this for GAMESCAST Live so I can have an opinion on it. And I was ready to hate it. And so often when you go into a game and you're ready to hate it, you're going to hate it. This turned me around immediately. And it was just so charming and just so well done and so goofy and zany, but in like this nice heartwarming way. And I just loved every minute. And when I realized, how long is it, AJ? Like 10 minutes maybe?
It's 15 minutes.
15 minutes. When it was all over, I was like, I kind of want to play this immediately again. But I checked the trophy list first. And there's a platinum trophy.
What? I didn't even think
I figured there would be. I was like, oh, I can get a platinum in like 30 minutes.
You can. But dude, look at the trophy list. So don't look at the trophy list before you play the game. Right? Play through the full game once. And then look at the trophy list. Right. Because I think trying to get some of these silly, goofy trophies is going to be so much fun.
Nice. That is awesome. I didn't even think that there would. I mean, I know, but I did not even think that an experience would have a platinum trophy. Now, without any spoilers, guys, there are 2 endings to this that you can choose, and that was one thing that was actually interesting to me. Was there's like, this started off. I actually thought it was pretty funny. I love the sense of humor of it, and keep in mind, I don't usually like this kind of stuff, but. Maybe it's because of the setting and the graphics are really good looking. Like the voice is done by Ali Wong, who's apparently like a big comedian. There is an alternate ending, so there is a reason to replay it. And it was honestly like weird because the whole game is all silly and goofy, like you said, and then the ending, you're like, holy shit! Like they're actually making me make a tough decision here. And like I said, let's not.
Oh, that was such an easy decision.
Let's not spoil that, but
it was so easy for me. I didn't have to think twice.
Well, I mean, I thought twice only because I was like, I'm gonna play this again and make the other choice, but we'll see.
Right.
But this is exactly what a VR experience should be, right?
Right.
If you're gonna make a short little experience, I mean, it's super interactive. Right, there's so much stuff to kind of pick up and play with and touch, and I really don't want to say anything more. But even visually, it's stunning. It's really well animated, and it's just tight, man. Like, I mean, when we did that blindfold experience, I was just waiting for it to be over. I was like, this doesn't look good. This doesn't sound good, or the interactions aren't fun, and I just want it to be over. And it just dragged, and it's not even a long thing. It's like it's less than 10 minutes, and it was just boring. This from beginning to end was really well done. It's perfectly priced. Right, $350 for the launch price, $5 if you get it later.
$350 right now, guys.
It's
I
so
just gotta say, go buy this one. I would pay $5 for it, which is what it's usually going to be.
Yeah, for sure.
It's $3.50 right now. It's only 15 minutes long, but it's $3.50. Go get it. It's really good. I like I said, this is actually probably my favorite experience like this
Yeah.
that we've had so far. This is the first one to make me just be like, yes. And it also won an award at the Tribeca Film Festival 2019. Which
Most immersive game. Beat out No Man's Sky.
No, but
Fucker.
I love the little alien creature though. Like I wanted to like keep it. Like I
Yeah.
really
So cute.
Yeah.
Right?
and
That guy was great. I love that guy.
Yeah.
the only thing and the marshmallows and
Yeah, it's so many
so
things to
funny.
interact with. And really that trophy list is a godsend because it just gives you an excuse to go back and play it 3 or 4 times. So
Yeah.
no, highly recommend this. It's totally
I
shocking.
might get that platinum tonight. to be honest.
I might too.
You get out of my home!
That is for Cole Robinson with the $2.99 donation. That's his hashtag. Children of the Corn. We're
Yes.
coming for you.
Children of the Corn, I love it. But Cole Robinson, next time I see you, it needs to be Cole Robinson, the Game Cat.
Well,
Thank
he
you
was
so much
actually
for
asking
Wow.
for advice. So
Me and
Cole
everybody
was
tonight.
asking.
Yeah, everybody's on trial, man.
He said he wanted to change his name to something Game Cat, but couldn't think of anything. So if you guys have any suggestions, or if anybody in the chat has a suggestion, help Mr. Cole Robinson out. Get him a Game Cat name. Let's do it.
Keep in mind, man, there's like all these different sects of and no, not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sects as Dave was talking about earlier. There are all these different genders. Oh, that was AJ. It was AJ.
No, I said they were not multiple sexes. There's multiple.
I don't know. I'm just giving you a hard
There's a
time.
difference.
But there
How
are
about
different
a lot of
sects
women's
of game
studies
cats.
class?
There are battle cats, there are attack cats, there are game cat
Right.
extraordinaires. Man, choose your family,
Genus and
but choose
species.
wisely. That's all.
What about Children of the Cat Robinson? I don't know.
Children of the Corn Cats.
That's a deep inside joke. Only we would
Children of the Corn Cat Robinson. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe. It's up to you at the end of the day, Cole.
I don't know.
But
Dirty corn money.
Gumballs Game Room just said, just bought it. Thanks. You are welcome.
Right on.
Oh, it is
it's
really
worth it. Yeah, have fun. Brian told me so this morning. I won't go into it, but I woke up from a weird dream and I was feeling like off. I don't know if you guys ever had that experience where you just like wake up and you're like, oh, that dream sucked, and your whole day is sort of like sideways because you're thinking about that shit. But Brian was like, oh, Bonfire cheered me up the other day or whenever I played it, and I was like, okay. And it was so delightful. Like it was just so impressively done. And it just, you're kind of smiling the whole time. So I know you don't like Pixar stuff, AJ, but it's exactly like a Pixar thing because it's great and you're smiling the whole time. So
Yeah. I mean, it had more of an effect than most Pixar things. I try to watch them.
have you watched Up? That shit is supposed to make you cry.
Dude, Up makes you cry in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah,
like
it just kills you right up front.
right in the opening credits.
I
you're
think
like,
the
oh,
last
are you
one I
kidding
saw-
me?
Somebody in the chat, Aceville was talking about the last 20 minutes of Toy Story 3, which, by the way, is crazy. They
The
all
last one I
accept
watched
spoilers.
was-
They
No,
all
no,
accept
no,
their...
no, no. Hey,
Okay.
wait,
The
you
last
can't say
one I
spoilers
watched-
and then just spoil it.
What's that?
I mean, I'm just saying Toy Story 3 has been out for fucking like 5
I'm
years.
trying to help you
AJ,
guys
stop
out
cutting
here.
me off.
Cole
Okay.
Robinson's Game Cat Journey.
Oh,
Oh,
are you going to read the tip or what? You
I'm
just gonna say?
sorry. It popped up. Cape Panic, the cringeworthy battle cat.
it's very
Going to
cringeworthy.
battle.
Not cringeworthy at all.
Going with the $1.99 donation. Says Cole Robinson's Game Cat Journey. That's actually not bad at all. That's actually pretty good. I kind of like that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I like that more than I like the game. Let's put it that way.
Oh my god. We need to take you out to pasture.
Yeah, man.
Take me out.
right.
Okay,
right.
you still have Bonfire telling me we got another sale for Bonfire. Do it, guys. It's $3.50. Come on. I mean, even I can afford that. So
Are you
that
like an
is
auction?
it for
Are you an
the
auctioneer?
news.
We
Hey,
got another
three-
sale. Hey, Bonfire.
Come on,
The man in the back.
Bonfire. No, but that is it for the news, guys. I want to do a real quick rapid fire review of what you guys have been playing. Let us know in the chat, what have you been playing? And Brian, Dave, what have you guys been playing? Did you enjoy it? And give us a quick rundown of it. Anything?
Well, I think I already said I've been playing a lot of Firewall, and I'm really
Right.
enjoying it. I know I've been kind of
I
a
am
dick
too.
about Firewall in the past, but that
They're
was
doing
like,
good. They're doing good things over there.
yeah, and the game works now, so I'm not mad. It's fun. I love it, especially playing with friends. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Brian, is that it? Is that all you played? You don't play anything else?
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think if I played any flat screen games or whatever. I don't think I did.
All right, Brian, what have you been playing?
Yeah,
Anything?
no. I've been doing stuff for Why We Love. I've been doing the Five Nights stuff too. I've been doing obviously a quick little bonfire today and some some Firewall, and that is it, man. I've got some other stuff to get caught up on. And I think next week during this segment, I might have some more interesting things to talk about. But currently, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, I will say that guy's Will said been playing Minotaur Arcade.
Nice.
I did play a little bit of that, and I really like that game.
Great game.
He just said it's a
totally
great game.
agree.
Yeah, no, it's so good. Jeff Minter is crazy man, and everything has some weird like animal reference, like it's goat up or Minotaur or whatever. But I love his shit. It's so weird. It's so interesting, and it looks great in the headset, even though it's super retro. So, is that out in the US yet, or are we still waiting?
Yes, it's out in the US now.
Okay,
$15 ended up being
very good.
It ended up being 15. Good. Yeah.
Grab
That's definitely a good one.
If you like old school, like retro kind of arcade games,
right.
it's a really cool one.
Not the crazy, VR implementation that Polybius is, but still the gameplay is there. It is ace.
Well, I mean, I'll say like Grid Runner. First of all, the gameplay initially it looks like Galaga, but the gameplay is so much deeper and like more interesting than Galaga, I think. And there's a lot of little quirks to it that make it interesting. And then also there's particles flying at you the whole time in your face, which makes it very difficult to play, but it's fun. It looks good. So, yeah. And then also AJ and I played in the hotel room on the Sega Genesis Mini Gunstar Heroes? Is that what that's called? AJ has never played this game before.
Awesome treasure classic.
Yes, Sega Genesis treasure classic. And we died very quickly because it's a very hard game, but I think he liked it.
Guys, I want to say a couple things here. I know that AJ's probably got a bunch of games he wants to talk about.
Like two.
But our good friend Cole Robinson, just a little while ago, commented on PSVR this week and wrote, "Dave, I know you're watching me right now." Just want to let you know that was the thing.
That's all he said?
That's all he wrote. He said, "Dave, I know you're watching
I'm
me
not,
right now."
Cole. I'm not.
You are now.
And
no, I'm not gonna even after this because that'll make me feel weirder if he already accused me of it and then I do it.
So, but this is the real
Although
thing.
Maybe
I want to bring
double
up.
Jeopardy. Double Jeopardy. Am I right?
This is the real thing I want to bring up. Dark Slade's Diaries wrote on today's top 5 platformers for our top 5 PlayStation VR platformers list. He wrote, "My only issue with this list is To the Top, which is technically not a platformer, but a first-person climber." Hold on. Granted, it's a good game and fun, but personally I would have put Pixel Ripped in its place, just my opinion. Can we have a brief discussion as to why To the Top is a platformer?
Because you're jumping onto platforms.
Yeah, basically that's about it. Like, what else can we say?
I don't know, and it's also damn good. And if they're both qualified as a platformer, I'd put To the Top ahead of it. I gotta say though, that is the one thing that cut me real deep is not having Pixel Ripped on that list.
Yeah.
Carly and the Reaper Man escaped the underworld, just beat it out barely. And the reason is when I was very hyped up for Pixel Ripped, and I think it is an awesome game, but it's so small. It's such a bite-sized game. Yeah. And, I'm really looking forward to...
And not all of it's platforming either.
And not all of it's platforming. Some of it's a first person
That's
shooting with the thing. It's a game within a game.
Right.
The platforming I didn't feel like was really the strong suit of the game. It was my favorite part, and it left me wanting so much more platforming. Yeah. The sections where it did do it were pretty cool. It was like a run and gun shooter, like Mega Man, which everyone knows I'm like a huge Mega Man dude. But yeah, like as a jumping around, climbing like that, I felt To the Top. Would you guys agree? Would you guys agree that they're saying 100% platformer and first person?
Yep. Of course, To the Top, yeah.
Platformer.
Yeah, I think, do you climb a little bit in this game? Yeah, but man, it's more of like a cat simulator than anything. You're pouncing from one place to another. You're jumping off ledges. It is about as platforming as platforming gets.
And when Mario gets a cat suit, they don't start saying it's not a platformer because he's crawling up the wall fuck up.
Right, it's another mechanic, but
yeah, exactly. So I also will say I do think Pixel Rip is probably more deserving of a slot than Carly, just from my personal experience of the two. I think Pixel Rip does something that's very unique and taps into a lot of people's sort of like nostalgia, and it also breaks the VR world a little bit in a way that you're not used to. Like you're playing a flat screen Game Boy, essentially. And then also you're doing this like extraneous stuff, like shooting stuff at your teacher to distract her. I think it's a lot more meta and a lot more interesting as a game. Carly and the Reaper Man is a very straightforward, well done game, but I think for me, Pixel Ripped probably is more interesting.
You know, that was a really, really tough one that I like had to.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to say you
forth.
are wrong. I'm just saying.
You know, the reason opinion. Carly and the Reaper Man did is because it has tons of platforming in it. It's a really good game, and it has like over 50 levels. I mean, it's like a 10-hour game.
You know, Mervils has a ton of platforming in it.
That was my vote.
I don't like the gameplay as much.
That's exactly what I'm saying about. Exactly what I'm saying about Carly versus. I just don't like the gameplay as much. Like it's not as good.
Don't like the gameplay as much
for me. Yeah. I don't.
Which is fair. I mean, you know, and that was really, really, really tough decision. But I just think content-wise and like Carly and the Reaper Man after beating it left me more satisfied. And that's why I ended up going with that one.
More people will beat Pixel Ripped than
I know that, and I don't really care because more people haven't played Carly and the Reaper Man. So
I think an equal number will stop midway through Carly as they will on the last boss of Pixel Ripped. An equal number will go. You know what?
That's not midway.
You
through.
said
they
beat.
Played most
you said most people will beat. More people will beat.
There's more people who have Pixel Ripped also. So
I think a ton of people never beat Pixel Ripped.
Gumball's Game Room
boss is a pain in the ass.
Gumball's Game Room here kind of says sums up what I was thinking, which is he says the platforming in Pixel Ripped isn't the high point of the game. Right. It's the nostalgia. And that's exactly what I was thinking. The same thing is like
every game you play in the game is a platformer. So I don't understand
not every
that.
Game. That second
isn't
one
almost every
park
game
bench.
Where you're shooting at the stuff. Yeah. That's fine. But almost every game in that game that you play is a platform. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's it could be. Look, just put it this way: you could interchange them. Like I really don't care. Like you could really change them out. It's a personal preference thing. I try to make it as unbiased as possible, but at the end of the day, it's like I didn't play both.
Dude, I don't want you to feel like I'm telling you your list is wrong.
Right.
Like
well,
I'm just
trying I'm trying to explain to you why it made it over Pixel Ripped.
Yeah, I got you.
That was something, but I could have even said maybe Pixel Ripped. Trover, but
no, Trevor's better than Pixel Ripped though.
It is as a whole, but there's I guess the platforming is too though. It's based more off of its comedy than it is like supposed to be this really good platform.
Well, it's a much more polished game too. It's
right.
It's longer. It's there's more to it.
That's just kind of should have done top 6.
Brian is like looking around, just like
I'm just looking. I'm looking at the trailer that's playing right now.
When
fuck you! This is my tree world.
Jesus, please.
Who's that tip?
That is for Acefield, the harmonious Attack Cat with the $4.99 donation. This last one, guys. Sorry, Cole Rob, the corny game cat.
Ooh.
Salute! I salute you.
Yeah. I think when we swipe for a game cat, I think Attack Cats like an attack swiped it back.
Agree.
Double
Wait, are you introducing new subcategories?
So let me go ahead and get these out of the way.
Battle Cats and Attack Cats need a double swipe.
Okay, I got you.
When your internet went out earlier, I had the chance to play 3 games. So I want to knock.
He already changed his name to Kill Rob the Corny Game Cat.
Yeah!
Oh snap! Nice. So you'll get a shout out on your next
viewer takeover.
On the next viewer takeover, keep an eye out for that, and we'll have a whole story to tell behind it. Because you guys for sticking around so late. I know it's late, but speaking of, internet cut out earlier, so I was like, I'm gonna play some games. I was like, maybe if I have a spiritual journey of gaming, it'll bring the internet back to life. So I started off that spiritual journey with Everest VR, and
this is my tree place. This is my tree world.
I'll introduce this one because I know how to say his name. Zalan Maru says, "Is a Thundercat okay?" And I think that is acceptable. I feel like that's acceptable, right? Battle Cat, Attack Cat, Thundercat.
Thunder.
There we go.
Thunder.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brian's into it.
Dude,
as long as it's
Thundercats were my favorite cartoon when I was a kid.
There you
SWAT
go.
Cats.
Nothing was worse than growing up and watching Thundercats and finding out what a terrible cartoon it really was.
Right,
I mean, you like all kinds of dumb shit when you're a kid. Like, get over it. It's fine.
No,
I like Spawn the movie.
I took 2x4s, made a sword like Lion-O, and run around my underwear doing the Thundercat toe thing.
Spawn the movie? Is that what it is? Sorry, Brian. No, you made fun of. No, I said
the story's over. You guys were talking
John
to
Leguizamo, baby.
I'm sorry. He said that he likes. He said you like a bunch of dumb shit when you're a kid, and I agree. And I said I liked Spawn the movie, so
And I just mugged.
Yeah, it's
and
bad.
I watched
That's horrible.
it. I watched it again, and I was like, oh man.
Yeah,
You know what I still do like though?
John Leguizamo.
The Shadow. I do like John Leguizamo, but The Shadow.
great.
I like that movie.
Is that the one? Is that the one with Billy Zane? No, what's the one with Billy
I like
Zane?
Paul. That's the Phantom.
The Phantom. Yeah, they're so
not
close.
good.
They're so close.
Not good.
Yeah, probably
But
not.
anyways,
Yo, Affleck was the bomb in Phantom, yo.
so Everest VR, I picked up.
Let's
on
just
the
do a
store.
Jeremy segment where we talk about.
I
old
picked up
shitty
Everest
movies.
VR for about $2-3 on the UK store because I had some credits in there and wanted to take advantage. This is a benefit of having multiple accounts, guys. Is there's different sales in different regions. You can pick up a game like instead of paying $20 for a game in the US, go use your UK account and get something that's on sale for like $5, and that's exactly what I did. And Everest VR was okay. It was it was by Soulfire Studios, the same people that did
Wow, In Death?
In Death. Yes.
Holy
Oh,
crap.
good one. Did you throw the notes?
Graphically, it looked pretty good, but it is like teleport only and it starts you at the base camp and it like has you climbing this wall for a while and it's super slow, and then you get to the top of it and it actually looked like almost photorealistic. I posted some pictures in the Discord. It looked really good, but it really wasn't anything that special. I also then asked Dave, I was like, should I play Crystal Rift or should I play Stunt Kite Master?
And I told you to play Crystal Rift, and you didn't.
I did actually.
I thought you played Stunt Kite.
I got about like to level 5 or 6 in there.
Okay.
And
It's better than Stunt Kite, right?
You described it well. You said that it is like a low budget dungeon crawler, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I actually wanted it for a long time, but I refused to pay full price for it. So I picked it up for just like a few bucks. I think like $2 or $3 in Australia right now or UK.
So
it's on sale in both regions.
So Crystal Rift is actually playable in VR and non-VR. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you tried playing it in non-VR.
In 2D? No.
But man, it's literally impossible because there's so many holes, right? It's like because it all plays out on a grid, right? Square to square to square.
Right. You move forward and it like moves block forward. It's not like a free like flowing movement kind of thing.
Right, it's all grid based, and so the benefit of doing that in VR, and I'm trying to of course download the trailer while we speak here, is being able to like look down and be like, oh, there's a hole right in front of me, or there's a hole 2 squares in front of me, and in non VR you can't move your head with an analog stick, and so so if that hole is too close to you, you actually can't see it. Like it just doesn't work outside of VR. It's crazy.
I mean, why would you play it in VR?
Yeah,
or outside of VR, not.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
You know
that
what I mean?
game
Like,
is the only appeal is that it's VR to me. If there's other cheap dungeon crawlers like Dungeon Hunter Alliance. Diablo's like really cheap now. There's a whole bunch of. I don't know if you ever heard of Dungeon Hunter Alliance, but there's a lot of really good cheap PS4 indie games on flat screen are like really good and evolved these days. They're not really. They're not any joke anymore. But
did you get scared in Crystal Rift?
Dead Cells, guys, play Dead Cells.
Dead Cells is great.
Hold on, Dead Cells is so good. Wait, it didn't work. This thing is broken.
Get the fuck
There
out
it
of
is.
here! Fuck you!
And that is a donation from You Got Cold Yogurt.
Good question. I don't
That's a
think
great
I-
question.
With a $1.99 donation. Says, AJ, did you get the platy for Trover? It's lols.
Lols.
I did not, Mr. Yogurt. I did not yet.
Thank you for the donation, Yogurt, question mark.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But I do plan. I'm a little behind on my game. Actually, honestly, Bonfires is like on my hit list now. Like, because I know that's going to be an easy
that
one.
platinum is going to be like a 30-minute platinum.
Right.
The game is so short. I think you probably pick both endings and you get the platinum. Like, that's it.
But yeah. Well, it sounded like Brian said that there were some cool things you can do secretly that sound pretty fun. So
did you get any scares in Crystal Rift? It's been a while since
So
I played
it had an option to put the scares up to I think like extreme. Yeah, it was like extreme. You know, it did have smooth turning, which was nice, and then but it's still kind of weird, and like you said, it's grid based movement. So, but I actually had one jump scare, which was really surprising to me. I was not expecting that. That is one thing I really did like about this. First of all, the graphics are pretty crisp.
Very crisp.
Yeah, like they look really good overall. There's tiny bits of blur here and there, but like so tiny. For the most part, it's really crisp. And it's got kind of a horror thing going on, which I really liked as well. Yeah. It really felt like kind of like a spooky dungeon. It's spooky. But this is the problem I had with it. This is where it goes south. The combat is absolute fucking shit. Like the combat is terrible. And
the combat's like the movement. It's very methodical and it's very
right. I mean, it's swipe, move back, move forward, swipe, move back, move forward, swipe.
So it's strategic. You have to make sure that when your enemy approaches you, you have a spot to move back to. It's certainly not supposed to be this hack and slash game. It's supposed to be more strategic, just like the movement.
That is the one thing that is killing this game for me. I was really liking everything about it, to be honest.
Can we listen? Will is taking over the chat, and we need to stop him right now. Are you seeing this?
Oh, I already did.
Matt Marjanovic is like, I think all of you guys gave Squishies a good review.
No. And I said that's not true. That's not true at all.
Des and I gave it a 3. Both of us gave it a 3 on Why We Love. I've done nothing but shit on this game nonstop for the better part of a year, and I think Will's out of his fucking mind. Will's out of his mind.
What I said in the chat is true. His mother financed the game, and he won't stop making gifts of it because he'll get grounded.
That's probably the case.
That's true.
Will gifts are the best gifts.
No, it did not make any of our top 20s, Matt. Stop spreading the lies. He's just trolling. He's just trolling. But I need to make sure the truth is out there. It's like X-Files around here right now.
The truth is out there somewhere.
But yeah, this game, as much as I want to like it, there's like 25 levels, and I'm like, is it 25 levels of this? Because it's not really getting any more fun. You're right, it's a top.
I'm literally gonna reach through the computer and smack Will in the face. Oh my god.
So then the final third finale game, the game that I am very you guys interrupted me playing. Stunt Kite Master. Kev Grant, I hope you're around. What the hell is the point of this game? I don't even know anything about flying kites. I don't give a shit.
The only reason I bought it was because my ex-girlfriend liked flying kites. And I was like, hey, maybe she'll want to play this VR game with me. And then we played it, and it was the worst fucking game I've played.
What is it? Are you supposed to do tricks with it? At one point?
No, dude, it sucks. You can't do shit.
You just fly the kite, that's it? Like you don't get.
I mean,
points.
I guess you could do
there's like 3 different game modes or something, right?
I was trying to do tricks with that. I mean, I think there's supposed to be some kind of game here. There are different game modes.
There's one that's kind of like Snake, where like I think the kite gets longer and longer, right? And you try to collect all of the little things that are floating in the air, and then the tail gets longer and longer. That's kind of like Snake. But I don't know. And there's not much else, right? I know there's like 2 other game modes.
Well, there's like a free flying mode where you just fucking just hold
it
a kite in the air.
It doesn't actually look half bad, and like it's kind of a good feeling.
The worst thing about this game is
flying the kite.
Well, yeah. So it's a kite game, but you can't increase or decrease the length of the string.
Yeah, you can.
Which is you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't figure out how to do it.
It's a button.
I didn't figure out how to do it. There's a button to.
Yeah. Maybe it's been a while. Anyways, the game.
So you're saying it's a 10 out of 10?
I'm saying the game sucks ass. I don't care if I was wrong. It's
just
terrible.
I don't see. Yeah, I don't know. It's not the worst PSVR game I've played, but it's like it's
one of
about it.
It's the most 2D VR game I've ever played. Like it does not seem like that kite is flying above you, or that it's got any kind of distance or anything like that. It feels very much like you're flying a kite on a 2D plane out in the sky.
It just doesn't control well either, and that's the thing that's the other thing that was like, the funny thing is, as I started playing it, because we like to go in depth with games and not just like talk out our asses, but as I started playing more, I actually started getting better at it, and like I started feeling worse. But I was like, oh god, like I'm actually getting good at this. Like, please stop.
That's how I felt about Warzone last week.
Oh.
Yeah. I played it for so long for that review that I actually got good at it. I was like, no, it's time to quit. 5 hours in.
That is an awful, awful game. I'd probably rather play this than because I'd rather play none. I'd rather them both just burn in a garbage bin.
Right?
Yeah, fair enough. Just like
But-
candy corn.
No, candy corn's okay. in my
Candy
book.
corn
This
sucks.
makes
Burn it in the
candy
garbage
corn
bin.
really
Listen,
good.
candy corn's awesome because it has a wicked long shelf life, apparently.
It's just Brian said it the best, man. The point of this game is just bad. Like there's really nothing good that can come from it.
There's nothing to do. It just sucks.
It's really, yeah. I mean, you go like this. You pull your hand left, and it turns and it rotates left, and then you pull your hand right, rotates right, and then when it crashes, you have to like whip it up or whatever, and to bring it back up again, and it's just it's just not very good, not very fun. Don't buy it, not even for $1.
Well, counterpoint, we've got a chat message here from that guy's Will VR. Actually, a lot of chat messages.
Aren't we cutting him off?
I think we need to cut him off.
Are we cutting him off?
Because he's either full of shit or he's just wrong. Like
I
one
don't
or
know
the
what
other.
he's doing. I don't know if
can't
he's
decide.
trolling or what. But he said, I bought Stunt Kite Master's day one. I don't regret anything. And then I said, Will, do you actually regret anything? Because that's a legitimate question if he said that.
I can probably
And he
make that
says,
happen.
I think I got $5 worth of fun out of it, Dave. And I don't believe that I got anywhere near $5 out of fun.
No, not $5. I think for maybe $1. Like, yeah, if it's on sale,
Not
for
even
99
$1.
cents.
I feel
mean,
like
I
you
don't think
should
it's
pay
worth
me
your
to play
time.
that shit.
I think the cost is time, and I think your time could be better spent elsewhere. Like Bonfire is $3.50, and that's a good experience.
Yeah.
Remember when Will was shy? Can we go back to those days? It's been so long.
There is just I don't know. There's just so many better things. Don't waste your time, is what I'm saying. And I bought this so that you guys don't have to buy it, and so I could tell you not to buy it. And so I paid my money just to save yours. So just listen to me, trust me. Don't buy it. It's not
Here's the
worth
thing.
it.
I could have told everyone that without you spending your money because I already
Yeah, but
played
what's
it
the
and
fun?
Brian already.
Yep.
What's
I
the
mean-
fun in that? I mean, what's the fun in
I
me,
didn't-
Brian, telling someone something?
I didn't
What's
see-
your point there?
No, the whole point is that the Discord was asking me to play
Okay.
every
Fair.
GAMESCast. I
But
have
we
to
wanted
play
you to
one.
stream it.
No, I'm not gonna stream this.
You've got to
Speaking
stream.
of the
No,
Discord,
because that's not my style.
Guys,
I
can
like
I
to
get
stream
everybody
games
in
that I
chat?
enjoy.
Can I get everybody in chat to ask AJ politely to stream Stunt Kite Master?
I'll do a private stream, but nobody's gonna watch
Nah,
it.
public.
No, because I don't like streaming bad games. I like streaming good games. If I stream a bad
Streaming
game,
bad
I
games is
delete
like
it later
half
on.
the fun of playing VR on a channel, dude.
I would
like-
rather stream Merbles. I would much rather stream Merbles.
I would much rather have you stream Marvel so you can find out how
Yeah.
great it is. All right, guys, we really got to wrap this thing up. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and watching this super late episode. God damn you, Worcester Internet, for shutting down on us earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't even know if we were going to be able to do this tonight. I'm so glad we were able to. Thank you, Dave and AJ, for doing this last minute. The second I was like, hey,
Oh, God.
the internet's
Don't thank
back.
me
We
for
got to do
anything.
this.
Don't ever
They were
call me
there.
while I'm playing Stunt Kite Master. Busy.
That should be an easy mission to accomplish, man. I should be able to call you anytime for the rest of my life
Yeah.
because you should never be playing that game again.
It's a solid point.
Thank you
For
guys
sure.
for hanging out. Make sure everybody subscribe to Dave and AJ's channels. Also, make sure
Feelings,
you hit us up on patreon.com/withoutparole
Game.
for
Games.
$1 or
I'm
more
gonna make
every
it
single
rain.
month. Thank you to everybody in the chat who hung out, participated. Extra special thanks to everybody who donated. We obviously love you all. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Cats. And everybody, join the Discord because that is where the conversation always continues in general, just as ridiculous as everything we did tonight.
Thank you guys so much.
We love you
Love
all.
you all.
Bye.
Good
So,
night.
Professor Lewis says they were playing, she was playing No Man's Sky and Box. Getting a workout, I see. Zalan Maru was playing Immortal Legacy and From Other Suns.
Oh,
PCVR.
PC, yeah.
Cloaked Reaper said just bought Bonfire, should be delightful.
Bonfire.
It is delightful. It's so
Great
delightful.
Tantrum, also
You'll
known
enjoy
as
it.
JB. Your secret is safe with me.
Not
Been
me.
playing
I'll tell
Beat
everybody what his
Saber.
name is.
Gran Turismo, Dirt VR mainly. Gyson, fist bump to you.
Fist
Has
bump.
been playing Firewall with Pumpkins. Just played Firewall.
Oh, yeah.
Don't hang around that guy.
I was
He's
like, you
not-
couldn't find a better patch to hang out with?
Which Just Incredible says, I played some Fortnite. Squiggly face. Nice one, Justin. Jason
you.
Ewan says Firewall and Battlewake mostly. I hope you're enjoying Battlewake. We like Battlewake around. Don't get
Yeah, we
We
do.
like-
I also, can I real quick, and I
Yes.
apologize for everything I said tonight.
no.
What did you
because
say that
didn't
you want to
say anything
apologize
wrong.
for?
Everything.
No, you didn't say anything bad. You
Dave,
did a great job.
This is when the blackout begins. Everything was fine up until this point.
God damn it.
Hugh Guyver, Matt Guyver's cousins, they might cross over to the flat side for a bit of Outer Worlds. The game looks mad. Stephen LeDuc said just finished Ghost Giant, really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Bart McAllister, getting the Halloween spirit with some Paranormal Activity.
Hells yeah, I love it.
Ace
Oh,
Bill
yeah.
finally played Shooty Free last night.
That's
that game is
awesome.
solid. That is very solid.
Good choice, Ace Bill.
It's way better than perfect VR, that's for sure.
Way better. Good job,
That
Dreams.
is it, man.
All right, you guys, thank you all very much. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out with us on the Super Late GamesCast Live. That is it. We're going to stop the stream.
Meow.
Later.
Attack cat. Swipe, swipe.